Hi fam, welcome or welcome back. I'm Desi and this is DezzieLunaTarot. So today we are going to figure out what is the best thing that you can do for yourself in your project to help you succeed. It doesn't matter what project it is, whether it's a big project or a little project, a school project or a career thing that you're doing, whatever it is, we're going to figure out the best way to reach your goals. So first we're going to start out with the vibe check, which is going to be what exactly your project is that you're working on currently. Then we are going to go over what the current trajectory of your project is if you change nothing about what you're doing. After that, we'll go over the trajectory of your project after implementing changes that your spirit guides or spirit or whoever you're connected to wants you to change in your life towards this project. And then we're actually going to go over what those changes are. So that is the breakdown of the reading today. Also, this is a little message for all the piles, for everyone. And I intuitively chose all of these little charms here. I'm going to show you these charms and tell you the message that Spirit brought to me before I even started this reading. We have a bunch of little charms here. And one of them is this little Game Boy with Squirtle. And a message I got from Spirit is to stop playing games and to just go for it, because we're never going to be 100% fully ready to start our project. So now is as good a time as any to get started and take the first step. Whether the first step is to educate yourself more about whatever you're doing, do your research, whether it's to just, continue working on your project to help it grow, or whether it is to motivate yourself to keep going and to keep striving towards your goals. But luck is on your side, Spirit is on your side, they've got your back. And whatever challenges with this little chili pepper, whatever challenges come your way, they're saying that have faith in yourself and in Spirit, in your spirit guides and in your talents, because whatever happens, they will provide you with the resources that you need to overcome whatever challenges you come across. With these little mushrooms, these are in Mario, and they give Mario different abilities depending on the mushroom he eats, and it helps him gain abilities to overcome any obstacles or challenges that he faces along his journey. And so Spirit is wanting you guys to know that they will provide you with the resources and the help that you need, the knowledge you need to go after your project, your dream, whatever you're working towards. So don't stop now. I know that, you're looking for answers in this video, and I really hope that Spirit and I can give you those specific answers that you need, but it does come down to you and what you do with your time, your resources, and it's up to you to ultimately find that consistency and dedication and discipline, self-discipline in yourself, because sometimes we can motivate ourselves to get up off the couch, to get out of the bed, but other times it comes down to forcing ourselves out of bed, forcing ourselves to get into some semblance of a routine to help ourselves get in a better mental place and to help take the first step towards consistency and dedication to whatever we're doing. So that is a small message for everyone. And I'm going to put this at the very beginning, probably before you guys even choose your piles. I hope that this little information doesn't, make anybody upset. This is only here to help you guys and to hopefully inspire you to help yourselves. Alrighty, I'll stop jabbering on now and introduce the piles to you. So first we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. please take as much time as you need to choose your pile. There's no rush. Do a meditation if you need to. Call out to your spirit guides, whatever you need to do to intuitively pick the best pile for you that has messages for you in it. Also, take what resonates and let the rest flow, because these readings are for a lot of people. So not every single little thing in a reading may resonate with you, but that's all right as long as majority of the reading for the pile you pick does resonate with you. Alrighty, I'll see you at your piles. Hi Pile 1, welcome to your pile. So you chose this beautiful, I think it is amethyst, and it's a little pyramid. So this reminds me of structure and focus because we have a focal point at the top of the pyramid, and it may be a small message that do what you can to help stay focused on your goals, on taking things step by step to achieve your project, to help your project succeed. So that is a small message coming through there. We're gonna put that little guy up there. And you chose the Pastel Journey Tarot deck by Vanessa Samina. So we're gonna get into this tarot deck whenever we start looking at the trajectory of your project. But first, we're gonna find out what type of project you're doing. So with that, we're gonna do some oracle cards here. So you might be working on some type of dance routine. You might be doing pole art. You might be doing some type of performance in a theater or in front of a large audience. And this dancing is very sensual, it's very emotional, it's very passionate. You're very in tune to every single movement that your body makes. And this might be something new that you're learning. You might have never done this before. You might be taking a belly dancing class, a pole art class or something, and maybe in the future you're working towards performing in front of a large audience and breaking some stigmas around whatever this dance is, sending a message to the crowd, to other people. And it's like you're gonna break the dam on stigmas against whatever you're performing, and you're gonna show people the beauty of it, the harmony of it between you and other people. And for some people in the crowd, or even for you, it's going to feel like almost a spiritual type of connection that you have with your body and with the music or the performance. And people are going to think that you are so magnetic and magical on stage or on camera, wherever you're performing this. They're going to be wowed by you. That's what you're wanting. And you're very determined here. You may even enjoy going against the grain in society. You may enjoy doing things that surprise other people or that even push your own limits and surprise yourself. So if family and friends didn't know that you were doing this, they wouldn't be surprised to hear that you're doing this because they're used to you doing out-of-the-box things that people don't usually do, or trying new things, or being very active, athletic. And I'm also getting a second message in here. This isn't for everybody. Some of you may also be working on an OnlyFans. This might be a very sensual, bare it all type of OnlyFans, or it might be a niche type of OnlyFans with cosplays and costumes and stuff like that. And you're wondering how to get more attention, more clicks, more views, more fans dedicated to you for your OnlyFans. And you're also finding a way to express yourself in your sensual side through OnlyFans, through whatever performance that you're doing. you're almost bearing part of your soul in this performance or in OnlyFans or in whatever project that you're doing, because it's so sensual, not only with your body, but also your expression, your emotion. And again, with the OnlyFans, this might be new to you. You may be just learning how to get into the flow, when to post things, when to advertise yourself, you know, your audience, what they like, and a balance between what they like and what you want to do. You may have been born in September, because we have 2 9s here. Also, you may have been born on 9/11 for a few of you. Your project is also about having fun. This may have been the reason you originally started your project, was some form of escape or release or enjoyment, because maybe in your regular job or your regular career or school or college or whatever it is, you know, you don't get to express yourself as much as you would like to. You don't get to do as many things that are super fun to you. So you started this project as an outlet, as a way to have fun. And now you're realizing that, hey, I might be able to make money doing this, doing what I actually love. And so now you're thinking about actually trying to make money at doing this. And that may be part of the reason you are trying out at different plays, Broadway, musicals, or performances. I'm hearing stand-up comedian that tells hilarious, like they could do hilarious sensual jokes or something like that, or dark humor. And I'm also getting the OnlyFans thing again, as well as like dancing and pole art, social media. Those are some key words coming through here. And you may have a close friend that also encouraged you to do this, to go for it, to try something new, to see if you're any good at this thing, and then you found out that you are. And you may have also made a friend through this project, through doing this project, meeting someone new. So we have goal-oriented person, target, and then we have gavel, law. And with this involvement with the law, this doesn't necessarily mean it's good or bad. I'm seeing making a name for yourself and trademarking a name or starting a business of some sort. I'm hearing legal fees for something, like I keep coming back to trademarks and patents and stuff like that. And with target, I just got this weird vision of somebody dancing and then shooting an arrow at a target or through an apple. But you're trying to target certain audiences also, certain age groups, certain people, to send a message and also to help them, to help get rid of the stigma around whatever you're doing, and also to gain some notoriety, good notoriety and support in like a fan group, and to get noticed in a positive way for your talents and for your performance. And you're very goal-oriented in general. So I wouldn't doubt it if you have a list written out of each step you need to take to make this project succeed. And in fact, you should do that if you haven't done it already. You should write out your goal and then the steps you need to take to achieve that goal. So another card came out and it's motivating. And you might use this project, part of this project might be to motivate other people to do the same thing, to express themselves in similar ways, or to help others just learn to express themselves and go for whatever they're trying to do. So you might use your platform, your YouTube channel, your OnlyFans, or your performance, your dancing, your pole art to motivate others to start going after their dreams, to let them know that they can also do these things too. And you started out with little to no knowledge about this, and look how far you've come. And so you help others, you help inspire others to also do what they love, even if they've never done it before. Yeah, I just pulled the next card and it's self-expression. Yeah, there's a lot of self-expression in this project and helping other people express themselves as well. And this is for some of you, but some of you might be very laid back and chill in your personality or the way you go about life. Outside of goal-oriented, getting things done when you need to get it done, you may like having, chill mornings to yourself, where you wake up and you spend a little time with yourself and you have a routine of making tea or coffee or breakfast or whatever it is, and maybe even working out, stretching, or listening to meditation music or something like that, or just any music and going on a walk. But that's a little message and that's not for everybody. But alrighty, pile one. So if this sounds like you and what you've been doing, what you're trying to do, then let's see what the trajectory is for your project if you were to change nothing at all. Okay, so the first card that came out is the Ace of Wands, Knight of Swords, and then the Ten of Cups with the moon on the back of the deck. So the Ace of Wands talks about a new beginning, and basically you better be excited about this new fresh beginning and this journey that you're about to go on, because it's going to be a really awesome journey and you're given a lot of freedom to try new things and see what works best for you during this time. Now is a time of trial and error and seeing what works for you, what doesn't work for you, especially in the beginning stages. And then the Knight of Swords talks about putting your energy towards things worth your time and not going for just anything and everything that you don't really resonate with and that isn't really worth your time. For example, if you are trying to make money at what you're doing, know your worth. Yes, you may be a beginner, but you don't want to underprice yourself on your OnlyFans or for your performances or on whatever platform you're doing. If you're doing that, you don't want to underprice yourself because you're worthy of good things and you put a lot of effort, time, and energy into what you're doing. So this talks about basically being assertive with yourself and what you will take and what you won't take, and be willing to walk away from situations that don't serve you in your highest good and that don't serve your project and your goals. It also talks about making plans for the future and detailing what you need to do to achieve your goals as well. And then the Ten of Cups talks about things falling into place for you and turning out the best for you and for your project. Whether this is talking about specifically your performance or financially speaking, the people around you, who you work with, whatever it is, but things are falling into place for you with your project for the better. And with the moon being here, this talks about following your intuition, following what resonates with you, and following your gut feeling. If something doesn't feel right to you and you can't figure out why, that's fine. You don't always have to have a solid reason for not doing something. Go with your heart. Go with what your intuition is telling you to do, because it's telling you that for a reason. So this is the current trajectory of if you were to make no changes at all and just do what you're currently doing. It seems like you're doing a really good job at meeting your goals, at taking steps towards your project and the success of your project. And Spirit is saying that you're doing a really, really good job. And anything that they provide for you today is really just going to be support and extra tips that they have for you, because you seem to have a really good handle on things. They are calling for you to do a bit more research and to expand your horizons on what you think you can do. Because with this Ace of Wands, this talks about how, like, basically life is your oyster. Like, you can try anything and everything and see what works for you. And then once you find some things that work, really make steps towards achieving those things, implementing them into your schedule, and going about them in a systematic way and putting your all into it. Because as of right now, your project is currently on a really good trajectory. Alrighty, now we're going to go into what your project's trajectory is going to look like after you implement the changes that Spirit has for you later on in the video. So firstly, we have the Hermit here, which talks about going inward and scheduling time, alone time for yourself. And this is here because during your project and achieving your project, your spirit guides are basically like, we know how you can get with projects, with work, and we don't want you to overwork yourself and make it to where you don't like doing your project or you get burnt out. So you're going to learn how to take time for yourself and take a break when you need it, coming back stronger and more confident in yourself and your abilities and more refreshed, because you know everybody works better whenever they take a needed good break from whatever they're doing and they come back to what they're doing. And this doesn't have to be a long break like weeks or months. It could just be a day or two. It could be a couple hours at a time, you know, whatever it is. But in the future, after you implement these changes, first of all, you'll be confident in yourself and your abilities and be able to take breaks when you need them, which will enhance your performance. Also, the Eight of Cups being in reverse, this talks about walking away from toxic people, toxic relationships. So any toxic people, situations, or relationships that you come across in your journey of reaching your goals and achieving your project, completing your project, you will be able to walk away from anything toxic and keep your integrity, because the Knight of Cups talks about having good integrity, being honest with yourself, and being real with yourself and feeling your feels, not being afraid to feel your emotions and be who you are. So after you take the advice and the changes that Spirit is going to talk about, this is setting you even more up for success, because they're going to help you get through the hard times that you may happen upon during your goals. And with the Princess of Pentacles, this talks about making money, and it talks about early success in whatever that you're doing. You're going to be disciplined enough, consistent enough, and focused enough to do what you need to do with taking care of yourself, your mental health, emotional health, your body, and also giving your all to your project. And you're going to see financial gain. It may start out small, but it will start earlier than expected, because maybe initially you were expecting your project to take a really, really long time. But after implementing the changes that we'll talk about, Spirit is saying that stick with those changes and you will see some financial gain a little sooner than you were expecting, as well as the ability to walk away from toxic people, situations, and stand your ground. Be assertive in your emotions and your integrity in what you started doing this for in the first place, which is self-expression and motivating other people to express themselves genuinely as well. Alrighty, so let's get into the changes that Spirit wants you to implement, the advice they have for you. I'm going to clear these cards out and we're going to get to it. So the first card that popped out was goals. Dedication, training, work, skills. You can create whatever you truly desire, but only if you're willing to do the necessary work to accomplish it. That means no shortcuts, no bypasses, and no free lunches. The only path to success is discipline and consistency. Dang, that's so wild. We talked about discipline and consistency earlier. Fortunately, your teacher guides are present, helping you develop the dedication and mature work ethic to achieve such success. You're advised to get organized and be practical. Approach your goals one small step at a time. Show up every day to the work you desire and it will come to pass. Be willing to do whatever it takes to reach your aims. If you aren't clear about what to do, seek out the help of mentors and guides who specialize in your field of interest. Study and learn with dedication and set your standards high. Your teacher guide's message to you. Mastery comes from demanding nothing less than the best from yourself. Wow, that's beautiful. And I love this imagery of karate or whatever martial arts that this person is doing, because it takes a lot of discipline and consistency and hard work to achieve something like that. I mean, look at that high kick. That's so awesome. Invention, adaptation, adjustment, transformation, challenge. Sometimes life gives you lemons, but not to worry. Your helper guides are on hand, assisting you in transforming your lemons into lemonade. No matter who you are or what circumstances you've inherited, life is always a blend of both the positive and the negative. Your helper guides urge you to be grateful for the positives of your life and to be creative and inventive with the negatives. They're on hand to help you transform any adverse or challenging situation into one for the better. So rather than dwell on your lousy circumstances, get your innovative juices flowing and change the undesirable or adversarial situation into a more satisfying one. Rather than endure an unfulfilling job, for example, be resourceful and courageous and start the business you've dreamed of for years. Rather than remain in an unsatisfying relationship, summon enough self-love to move on. This is not to deny the painful aspects of your life, just know you don't have to tolerate them any longer. Use your sadness, frustration, or lack of fulfillment as an incentive to create better circumstances. Allow your helper guides to get you going. If your circumstances cannot be changed right now, at least change your attitude and make the best of the situation, knowing it is temporary. Do not settle for the lemons you encounter in life. Gather their juice and be more creative. Ask your helper guides for inspiration and ideas so you can invent a much sweeter outcome. They are ready and waiting to help. Helper guides' message to you. When life hands you lemons, make lemonade. Or make lemon tarts. Or make lemon seed muffins. I mean, what are those things called? Lemon poppy seed muffins or something? Those are pretty good. But anyways, I don't know why I thought of that. But yeah, basically, this isn't going to be a straight shot to success, all easy peasy, lemon squeezy, no matter how some people online make it seem to be. Making your presence known and garnering a supportive fan group of any kind, whether you're performing on stage, on a camera, or in front of a live crowd, whatever it is, it's gonna take time and dedication. And that's the main message here. And they want you to know, your spirit guides want you to know that it's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to get depressed or sad or even angry at certain things that happen. But the biggest thing to know is you have control of your reactions to a situation and what you do with your circumstances. You may be really going through it right now, but have faith in yourself and your abilities and know that life is like the Wheel of Fortune. Nothing is ever the same. Things are constantly changing, and that's a great thing, because that means if you're in a bad circumstance, it's going to end eventually and good times are going to come for you. Just know that your future is bright and your project will succeed as long as you put the work and dedication and consistency into it that it needs. I also want to do some financial advice for your project, so we're going to pull a few of those cards. All right, 2 cards popped out. We have error and insight. Error. A financial error will be made. Ensure you keep all receipts, statements, and invoices filed and easily accessible. You may need to dispute a transaction. Be vigilant in tracking all transactions and double check your calculations. If you are organized and stay on top of your accounts, you will discover the error early. Once found, react swiftly and approach the party at fault. Pushing it to the side until you have more time could lead to unnecessary complications, delays, and inconveniences. It's easy to become complacent, especially with digital transactions. Be more attentive during purchases and get in the habit of checking your receipts before you leave the store. So I'm thinking of taxes. So if you make sure you do your research on the state that you live in. I'm thinking of people that have not done their taxes before. Always keep the records of your W-2 statement for your work. Also, if you don't know how to do your taxes, it'd be wise to hire somebody to do your taxes, because TurboTax is good and all, but sometimes if you don't know what you're doing, some of the questions on there can be confusing. So if you don't have the money to hire somebody to do your taxes, even have a parent, a relative, sibling, friend, coworker, somebody that has done their taxes before, that knows what they're doing. They can even help you on TurboTax, like go through all the questions and answer them correctly and accurately, but only with somebody that you trust that won't steal your information. That's an important part. Also, I'm thinking of looking through your bank statements, because maybe somebody has been making charges on your card and you haven't noticed, because it's small transactions that happen every once in a while. Also, if you're moving states, do research on the taxes for those states. So for some states, there's no income tax, and for other states, there's income tax brackets. And for businesses, it's different for a business depending on the type of business you have. If you have a C Corp, an S Corp, an LLC. So do research into that as well, not only for personal taxes, but also for business, if you have a business that makes money and that sort of thing. And if you get really big on social media and you start making money, like an income stream on social media, you have to file taxes for that as well. I'm not sure how to file taxes for that actually. So that would be something to look into if, that ends up happening. Also, Spirit is saying that not to worry too much. Like, they didn't bring this card out to make you fret and worry and break a sweat. They just brought this to your attention to help you become more aware of your finances, because this may just be a message of becoming better at managing your finances, because maybe you'll need that for later down in the line. Making a little account book for yourself at home and practicing logging your spending and your saving and stuff like that, keeping track of everything. Because later down the line, if you have a business or your project ends up making money, you will have to take account of all the incoming money, outgoing money, and stuff like that. Immerse yourself in the stillness of mindful meditation and take note of your inspired thoughts. Listening to your inner compass will provide you with the clarity, insight, and intuitive guidance required for making successful financial decisions. This heart code is encouraging you to look within for the answers and direction that you seek. Success will come when you listen to your inner guidance, follow your greatest excitement, and make heart-based choices with purposeful intent. This may mean you will swim against the stream of financial trends, external options, and expert guidance. But you must start trusting in yourself and your intuition. Miraculous things will happen when you follow your inner compass. So, for example, something that was really mainstream a few years ago was investing into Bitcoin. And a lot of people that invested into Bitcoin, they ended up wasting a lot of money and it didn't really go anywhere. And for others, they made a lot of money. So it just depends on the person, the situation. But either way, your spirit guides are asking you to be smart with your money, to not only do what you need to do to make sure you're financially stable and safe, but also if you're feeling inspired to make a purchase for your project and you have the financial ability to do so, then do it. If you need more equipment, if you need an outfit, makeup, or a new camera, or something like that, invest in yourself, invest in your project, but do so mindfully and don't overburden yourself with debt that you can't keep up with, that you don't need, because there are different ways to get what you need for your project. So you can go to on eBay or to a thrift store, a pawn shop, and you could even get just used cameras that are only a few years old that they're selling for like half off the original price that you would see in Best Buy or on Amazon or something like that. So invest in yourself, invest in your project, your business, whatever it is that you're doing, but do so in a smart way that will save you money while also getting the best bang for your buck. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to ask Spirit for any advice that they have for when you're feeling sad or unmotivated. So I forgot to take this card out, and this is Georgia. Your name might be Georgia, you might be from Georgia. So some things you can do whenever you're feeling sad and unmotivated to help get back on the horse, to help get back into a better mental place, is to trust in yourself. Trust in yourself, trust in your process. Everything is always working out for you. Your inner knowing is your compass. Trust the messages you're receiving and do not hesitate. You're the only one who knows your path. Trust yourself fully and walk through the door that is opening for you now. Then we also have Spice World. What we know. Chilies and peppers are hot due to the chemical compound capsaicin. When you eat those foods, your brain perceives the heat as pain and triggers endorphins. What to do? Next time you need a little pick-me-up, consider going out for a spicy meal with some buddies and revel in that good burn. So sometimes, we just need a little bit of kick to knock us back into a good place, to make us feel alive again. You know what I mean? I'm also getting a message through about moving your body and feeling that burn in your muscles, that good burn when you've had a good workout. I'm also hearing that coming through. So this is your reading, pile one. How do you feel? Did it give you any clarity or any good advice? I hope that this reading really helped you. If it did help you in some way, then please do me a favor and please hit that like button and comment down below. Those two things really help this channel grow, and even if you don't do those things, I just really appreciate you being here. Thank you for letting me read for you. I can't wait to read for you in the future. Alrighty fam, love you. Bye. Hi Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So firstly, we're gonna do a vibe check of what your project is so that you know that this pile is for you. You chose this pyrite here, which pyrite is very lucky and very good about helping you manifest success. A small message is maybe carrying around pyrite in your pocket while you are working on this project, reaching your goals towards this project, or putting a piece of pyrite by your desk or wherever you are for most of the day, just to help remind you that you are successful and this project will be successful. So I'm getting a message through that you may actually like cats, because initially I was feeling the urge to do pile 2 first, but then stubborn old me was like, nah, I'm gonna do them in order. And during pile 1, Brandi, my cat, kept walking through the pile and just, wanting to be held and loved on. And eventually I stopped and, and, gave her cuddles. But if I had done this pile first, she would have walked through your pile. So I'm gonna put a couple pictures of Brandi just on the screen for you while I'm shuffling, and maybe even a little video at the end. So you may really like cats. Also, the tarot deck you chose is the Weird Cat Tarot. I'm hearing something about a cat sanctuary or a cat cafe. You may like going to cat cafes, or that may be part of your project is, cat sanctuary, cat cafe, cat rescue. But let's get into it. Let's see what the cards say. What is pile 2's project? Oh goodness. A lot of cards popped out here. So the first one, hand-eye coordination, calm, cool, collected, persistence, loving, adventurer. Oh goodness. Alrighty. You're getting a lot of cards. So we have Archer, careful aim on target, Focus, matchmaker, Twin flames, Key, solutions, intelligence, pay attention, Stalemate, standoff, no way out, non-committal, Raccoon, problem solver, curious, ask questions, Neptune, enlightenment, stability. Oh, that's not on here, but I guess Spirit wanted me to say that. Stability, enlightenment, dreams, psychic ability. So I'm hearing a few messages here. The first one is you might have a few different projects that you're working on, like a few hobbies or maybe a few major projects. I'm also getting that you might be a content creator and your channel might have a bunch of things going on. Like you do a bunch of things, you travel, you do things you really love and that you're interested in. You may even have some animal videos or help people solve problems, give them advice. And you try to be your authentic self as much as you can on camera. And I really like this, that this Archer came out, because you need hand-eye coordination to successfully hit your target. So you may be into archery or some kind of sport that involves hand-eye coordination. And I'm hearing that you like to travel, you like to go on adventures, like you like to go hiking, sightseeing, new places, trying new foods. You like vacationing in different spots, and you're good at problem solving. The element of fire, impulsive, creative, forceful, ego-centered, passionate, spontaneous. So I'm hearing that a main project that you have is getting paid for doing something you're passionate about, becoming your own boss, becoming self-employed, and being financially stable and successful in whatever that you love doing. Turning what you love into a career for yourself that's sustainable, that's stable, that has a consistent inflow of money, or at least a predictable inflow of money. And your passion might include all of these things. Your passion might be your platform that you work on, your content that you create, your YouTube channel or your social media account, whatever it is, your Vimeo videos. Not everybody uses Vimeo, but I'm hearing Vimeo for some people. And I'm already getting a message through about monetizing your content in a way that is fair and smart, that makes people want to buy it. So I'm hearing putting having some main intriguing videos on your platform, but then also creating a Patreon or a membership, or like a membership only videos or something like that. But making it to where people will want to join the membership or be a part of your Patreon or OnlyFans or whatever it is, but not in an unfair way, because if it's unfair, it'll turn people away. But if you're true to yourself and you're fair about it, then people will want to support you. And some people will even become members just because they want to support you. Okay, but before we get into advice and all that stuff, this is the main thing that I'm getting here, is that you are some sort of content creator or some sort of creator of artwork, expression, self-expression of some kind, and you want to do it for a living. You don't want to do a 9-to-5 regular office job that sucks the soul out of you, that people grind for 20 years for maybe a retirement if they get one. You want to do something that lights your heart on fire, that brings joy to your soul. And you want to get paid doing it. So that is the project I'm getting from this currently. Ooh. Yeah, you want to make money at what you love. You want to make money doing what you love, is what I'm hearing. Dang, you are getting a lot of good cards out here. So, one thing coming through already, messages are just pouring through for your pile. So, one thing coming through is that you will have different opportunities that come your way, that fall into your lap, and it is up to you to take these opportunities, whether you're scared or not. Because the thing about our lives and success and achieving our goals is taking accountability for our life, taking accountability for our decisions that we make on a day-to-day basis. Because a lot of times it comes down to how we show up for ourselves day to day, hour by hour, minute by minute. You may have some bad days or some good days or some neutral days on your journey, but overall, we're aiming to have at least slightly more better days than complicated bad days, right? We're trying to support ourselves, or at the very least, we want to at least have a balance or at least more neutral days than bad days, if that makes sense. And by bad days, I mean whatever a bad day consists of for you and not meeting your goals. And with this raccoon, we have entrepreneur on here as well. But the raccoon is very resourceful. You may sometimes have to trick yourself into a good mood or into doing what you need to do, because sometimes we don't always feel like doing what we want to do or need to do in order to get things done. Like, for example, like I have ADHD and I love making content for both of my YouTube channels. But some days my ADHD just really whips my ass and like makes it really hard for me to get things done. It took me 2.5 days to even start filming this reading. For whatever reason, I was just having a major block, and I ended up figuring out the source of why I was having a hard time getting myself to do this. And once I figured that out, I was able to get up and start moving and going again. So that's a small message coming through, is if you face blockages from yourself in getting yourself to do things, trace it back to the source. What is making it hard for you to do your job, to do what you love doing, to take those steps? What is making you not want to do it? And then once you figure out the root of the cause, then you can attack it and really get down to business and pick yourself back up again and solve the situation, be resourceful, and overcome that obstacle in whatever way that you can. So, for example, if you get onto a bad cycle of ordering out constantly, and you're like, dang, why can I not just make myself something to eat? It would save a lot of money that I could use towards bills, towards my project, my content creation, whatever it is. And then you figure out, oh, it's because I hate doing dishes. So maybe it would be more beneficial for you to only use one plate, one utensil, and one cup. Forget about the rest of your kitchenware and limit it to what you need to make a meal, to limit the amount of dishes that you use, and get creative about how you use those dishes. So like, don't use 5 spoons to cook a meal. Use 1 spoon and repeatedly rinse it off if you need to as you're cooking and you're going from one dish to another. You know what I mean? Things like that. And that may help you by decreasing the dishes that you make while making a meal and decreasing the energy you have to put into making that meal. It may help you make those meals to be able to save money by not ordering out all the time. Another thing would be Meal prepping. Some people are good with meal prepping and they take one day and they meal prep a bunch of stuff that they can eat throughout the week, and it's easier for them to do that. Other people, that seems like a really daunting task and that just is a blockage for them, so they would rather make something quick and easy and healthy throughout the week, that they just throw a few ingredients together, but they could make it in like 5 different ways and it tastes different and it feels like a new fresh meal each time and not something that's like leftovers for them. Other people invest in prepackaged healthy meals like Factor 87 or whatever that thing is, that brand, or HelloFresh, things like that. So there's different ways to go about solving an issue, and the main thing is getting to the root of the issue and figuring out a way to solve it for yourself. If one of them is whenever you start to get a consistent schedule down, you notice that you start self-sabotaging, then figure out why you feel the need to self-sabotage. And if it comes down to not feeling worthy, then doing some self-help books or going to therapy or having a really deep chat with yourself on why you think you're not worthy and start building up your confidence and building up your self-worth will help you in the rest of your journey. Because sometimes the problem is not as obvious as you hate doing the dishes. Sometimes it's a little deeper than that, and it goes back to self-worth, self-confidence, and things like that. So that is, something that Spirit really wanted to let you know. They also really want to let you know that they love you so very much and that you do deserve good things. You deserve success. You deserve to be successful and make money doing what you love. All right? You deserve this, Pile 2. You really do. You're awesome. You're caring. You're kind. And you love doing these videos and this content creation and this self-expression, this art, whatever it is. So do it. Don't be afraid to do it, Don't be afraid to go for it and to be consistent and dedicated towards your goals. Spirit wants you to make a list of steps that you need to take in order to reach your goal. Write down your goal, whatever it is. Like, for example, if you have a YouTube channel, maybe your goal is to get monetized. What are the requirements for you to get monetized on your channel? Write those down. Now write down a list of steps that you need to do to reach those goals, to reach your ultimate big goal of making money doing what you love. So, alrighty, that was a lot, and that wasn't particularly how the reading is supposed to go, but we're going to roll with it, Pile 2, because, Spirit is going to spirit. They're going to do what they want to do and send us messages that we need to hear, and apparently you need to hear all of that. But now we are going to go into the tarot cards and look at the trajectory of your project, how it will turn out, where it is going. If you were to change nothing at all and not take any advice and just keep doing what you're doing. So we're going to look at that first. I'm going to clear all these cards and we're going to get to it. Okay, so the first card that came out is the King of Cups in reverse, then the Three of Wands upright, Four of Wands in reverse, Ten of Pentacles upright, and on the back of the deck, Four of Swords. So the King of Cups in general talks about avoiding drama, avoiding fiery situations, and he is a tomcat that is able to channel his feelings and who is mature and stable. With it being in the reverse, I feel like this talks about leaning too heavily on your emotions, how you feel on a day-to-day basis. Instead of being disciplined with yourself, you give in to the whims of your emotions. So if you feel like laying down for a few hours instead of working out, you lay down for a few hours. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but doing it too often can lead to less than desirable results. The Three of Wands talks about change being underway, seeing different things, experiencing different things, and seeing the world and traveling and exploring different situations, ways of life, ways of looking at things. It also talks about the bigger your dreams, the bigger the rewards may be. The Four of Wands, it talks about celebrating what you have in life and settling down, committing to a stable home, a stable environment. And the Ten of Pentacles talks about success. Having stable finances, a stable career, stability in your household, things like that. The Four of Swords talks about rest, rejuvenation, and taking the time you need to recover and to enjoy what you have, and readying yourself for what comes next. So with all of these cards, this is talking about following your passions and exploring your options. But with the Four of Wands in reverse, we have some striving for better things, bigger opportunities, better opportunities, and more, and being very ambitious with life, very ambitious with your goals, which isn't a bad thing. But, however, with this lineup, you will get to your success, you will achieve your goals. So like I said in the beginning of the video, you will be successful with your project. And this, if you were to change nothing and keep doing what you're doing, this will happen. But Spirit is saying that, it's not only about success. It's not only about achieving your goal. It's also about the journey and how you got there, how you felt, what you did, what you will do. Being true to yourself or giving into the whims of others and what they expect of you. Having integrity for what you're doing. With this King of Cups being in reverse, this talks about kind of giving into your emotions, giving into drama or fiery situations whenever people tempt you into those types of things. And the advice that Spirit will give you towards the end of this reading, I have a feeling that it will be to better help you along your journey, because you want to enjoy what you do. Not only just do your passions and get paid for them, but it would be nice to actually enjoy the journey, enjoy making videos and content and doing what you love, and not for it to be a big burden or a big chore. Because, at the end of the day, you're doing this for freedom of expression, freedom to live your life in a way that you love living your life. And no matter what you do, life isn't going to be perfect. It's not going to be peachy keen 100% the way through. However, there are some things we can do to help improve our life, our quality of life, and our journey on the way to achieving our goals and dreams. And that is something that Spirit is trying to convey to you today. Because wouldn't you rather be more consistent with yourself, more honest with yourself, and have better mental health, emotional health, and physical health, and be happy on a more regular basis than to trudge along and, feel like life is a chore and this project is becoming a chore? Then when you finally reach your financial goal or whatever, then what next type of thing. That's kind of the difference that Spirit is trying to show you. Because if you enjoy the journey and you enjoy each step as much as you can, then it doesn't become a chore. It becomes more fun. It becomes more fulfilling. And when you do reach the end, when you do reach your goal, it's going to be really nice and fulfilling and satisfying and exciting, but you're not going to be so wrapped up in meeting that goal that you get depressed when you finally reach it and unsure of what to do next, sort of thing. They want you to be able to stand on your own 2 feet, even after you reach your goal. Because maybe you're the type of person that normally you have to have something to focus on, otherwise you start to lose yourself in sadness or depression or hard times or habits or something. And by no means am I judging you. In some ways, I really can relate to that because sometimes we do things to escape our reality, to escape our mental state, or we do things in hopes of maybe this will make me happy. Maybe that will make me happy. Maybe doing what I love for a living I'll finally be happy. Maybe I'll finally be happy when I hit 1 million subscribers, or when I make $100,000 a year or $1 million a year. And we constantly, even after we meet those goals, we set the flag post even further down the line. We set the goal even more down the line. Maybe I'll be happy in 10 years when I have a family and 2 cats and live in a big house or something. But when we finally reach that goal, we realize we may not even be as happy as we were before we reached the goal. So if you are doing this to find happiness, doing something you love and getting paid for it will bring some sort of happiness in some way to you. It'll make your life better. However, it is not going to completely change your mind, spirit, soul, essence into being one of pure joy and happiness 100% of the time. Because, the Four of Wands talks about enjoying what you have right now, being grateful for what you have right now, and finding joys in the small things, the big things, everything in between, being satisfied with where you are. And so a message coming through for you is it's good for you to have this goal. And Spirit is very proud of you for going for this goal, for dreaming big, for going after what you truly desire. Because, they want us to reach our dreams, to be happy, to have financial stability, to be able to do what we want in this life. But also, Spirit is calling for you to work on whatever it is you need to work on right now to help yourself be happier where you are right now. To be happy in the moment, to be grateful for what you have right now, to enjoy your time here on this earth in every step of the journey. Whether you're around a bunch of friends, by yourself, hanging out with your pets if you have any, hanging out with family or whatever. There will be hard times, there will be difficult circumstances, but the important thing is to do your best with appreciating what you have now and being happy right now with who you are, what you're doing, where you're at, what you've got, and doing your best to be present in the moment. Be present in now, because now is the only thing that we truly have is this moment right here. The past is already done. The future is ever changing, but we have the moment. And Spirit really wants you to be able to enjoy the moment, enjoy sitting with yourself, and to take better care of yourself because you deserve it. You deserve a healthy mind. You deserve healing, unconditional love. You deserve a healthy body. You deserve emotional stability and emotional expression to be able to express yourself in a healthy way. You deserve all those things, Pile 2. So now we're going to get into the tarot on what it will be like whenever you follow Spirit's advice. And then after we do that, we'll go into what Spirit's specific advice is for your project. So this is the trajectory of your project. If you take Spirit's advice and your Spirit Guide's advice, that we will go into detail more after this. So first is the Hierophant. The Hierophant talks about independence and not simply following somebody because they're an authority figure or a way of life because it's something that was taught to you from a very young age. But this talks about following your intuition and being authentic to yourself, even if it means going against the grain. The Hierophant also talks about knowledge and wisdom and gaining knowledge and wisdom over time through different experiences and also learning from your mistakes, learning from your experiences, and using what you've learned and applying it to future experiences and future situations. The Ace of Swords is exciting news, and it basically is saying to ignore any pressure from outside sources, from social media, from mainstream things, from people that you don't trust, or people that don't have the same morals, values, ways of life, ways of thinking, or who don't vibe with you, or who, don't align with what you believe in personally. If they don't like you and your true self, then why even consider their opinion? You know what I mean? Like, go with what you resonate with, what resonates with you, what is true to your authentic being and the way that you want to live your life. And this Ace of Swords also talks about the birth of an innovative idea that will change your life for the better. You will come to this innovative idea once you start living your authentic life and being true to who you are and dedicated to yourself, to your mental health, to your project, your goals, whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to achieve. But you will get a spark, an idea that is going to change the game for you. It's not a coincidence. This idea is meant for you, and it will come to you when the time is right. With the Three of Cups, this talks about celebration, socializing, being proud of your accomplishments and where you've come from and how far you've come, and celebrating with the people that support you, support your project, your idea, your goals, and who have your back. So these are people that are working right alongside you to help you achieve your goals, who support you and love you unconditionally, and who really want the best for you. So I wouldn't be, telling just anybody my goals, ambitions, my dreams, what I'm trying to manifest, because I don't want any of their judgment or jealousy or just like negativity to influence me or to influence what I am manifesting. I'm only going to share good news with people that I trust, that I know are going to celebrate with me and not be jealous of my accomplishments, but be proud of my accomplishments and happy that I accomplished them. The Three of Cups also talks about emotional growth and maturity. And you will notice that the more that you celebrate even the small things in your life, the happier you will become, and the more opportunities are going to come your way, and the more progress you're going to make on a personal level and also a career level. Because once we start changing how we look at life, our outlook, how our brain perceives things, from a pessimistic view to a more positive view and outlook and more grateful view and outlook, we start seeing significant changes in our life. It starts out slowly, but it adds up over time, because now we're not looking for the negative. We're looking for the positive, and we're going to notice them more, receive them more, be more open to receiving them and keeping them, and sending out more positivity to others, helping others, motivating, inspiring others, motivating and inspiring ourselves as well. So it's like a cycle. And that is another thing that Spirit is trying to get you to understand, is by being more positive, you invite more positivity into your life. So the Three of Wands in reverse talks about making necessary adjustments. And you will be able to make necessary adjustments. Even if something throws you for a loop, you'll be able to, bam, overcome it. Bam, solve that situation. Bam, come up with that resource you hadn't thought about before, and all of a sudden you have a great idea to overcome this obstacle and achieve your goal. Because this also talks about how, you can meticulously plan everything, and sometimes things just go haywire, they just go off course. But that's okay, because all of this work will set you up for a smooth encounter, a smooth happening with obstacles, and being able to just ride right through them and get past them. Because down the road, there will be obstacles to overcome. That's with any project, challenge, or goal that you meet. But you will be in a better headspace to go through these challenges, because the Five of Swords talks about change, it talks about challenges, but you will be prepared for these challenges that arise, and you will come out triumphant and successful on the other end of it. And with the King of Wands, this talks about being in a rock solid place in your life and good fortune coming your way, luck, abundance, success. And a part of this is that you put your passions above financial gain. That is one of the things that makes you so successful, and that will help your trajectory in being successful, is that you don't lose your integrity with your passions. If you think something is crap, you're not going to put it out. You aren't just going to post videos about nonsensical things that you don't care about but are mainstream and the hype right now. If you don't care about it, you aren't interested in it, you don't like it, you're not going to do it. You're only going to do things that you love, that you're passionate about, that you enjoy doing and making and creating. And your viewers, your followers, the people that watch your content, the people that subscribe to you, that are along this road with you, they're going to see that. They're going to notice the difference. And that is part of the reason why they're going to be so dedicated and loyal to you, and you're going to be so successful, is because you don't lose that integrity. You have learned from your mistakes in the past. You are ready to face challenges, and you go about them with a smile. You go about them knowing that you're going to come out even better on the other end of it. And this is going to bring you great success. And this will just continue, because with Temperance here, this talks about, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can lay on the couch all day, 5 days a week, doesn't mean you should do that. Maybe you should go out and work out. Maybe you should work on some brainstorming ideas on what you can do next, what you can create next, or better ways to help your mental health, or, ways to help motivate other people if that's what you want to do. Either way, you're going to know what you can and can't do, and what you should and shouldn't do. And you're going to do what resonates with you, what your intuition is telling you to do, what your heart and soul are telling you to do. And you will be less likely to fall into bad habits, to fall into mainstream hollow content that other people are pumping out just because they want money at the other end of it. And that's going to benefit you, it's going to benefit your project, and it's going to bring you more happiness, more satisfaction with what you do. It's going to help you enjoy the process even more by sticking to what you love, what you're passionate about, what you enjoy, and not, doing it just to do it. This also talks about balance. You're going to have a better work-life balance. You're going to eventually figure out a really good way to meet your goals and the steps you need, and be consistent and dedicated to what you're doing without burning yourself out, without causing severe mental health conditions, without causing physical health conditions and all that jazz, because you're pushing yourself too hard, or you're stressing, or you're worrying, or something like that. You're going to find a really good work-life balance that's going to make this way easier and way more pleasant, because before, maybe you would have done anything to get where you needed to go, including sacrificing your mental health and your body. But, after taking the advice of Spirit, if you do choose to take their advice, you'll learn a good balance to where you don't need to sacrifice your mental health. You don't need to sacrifice your body to do what you love doing, because you're going to find an alternative way to bring balance to the situation, to help yourself, help your channel or your project grow and be successful, and also benefit you in more than just financial ways, but also in mental health ways, and helping you live the lifestyle that you've dreamed of living. And you'll also learn when to push yourself harder and when to give yourself time and space to heal, rest, and rejuvenate. Like taking breaks every few hours or every 20 minutes or whatever it is that best helps you. So like if you work an hour, then you take a 15-minute break. Then you work another hour and you take another 15-minute break. And you do that throughout the day, and you're better able to focus during the time you're working and while you're getting your stuff done, versus trying to force yourself, brute force, and work for 5 hours straight with no break, and you're barely getting anything done, and you're not getting very far, but you're exhausted and you've put all your effort into it with not much to show. Taking breaks and, having a balanced work-life schedule is going to really help you, first of all, get more done in an efficient way, and second of all, do it in a healthier way. And then with the Ace of Pentacles, this is the cherry on top, baby. This talks about your goals and your project being successful, and not only in your project, but also with your health, finances, time management, and being successful in these different areas, and all of this supporting your goal that you're wanting to achieve, your project that you want to be successful. This is a really good card coming out for this because it's saying that you will be successful. Like I said at the very beginning of this reading, you will be successful, Pile 2. And, if you choose to take spirit guides' advice, then the path to success will be even better. This also talks about how your spirit guides are always here for you. They support you and they love you so very much. And you will notice that the more you're true to yourself, the more authentic you are, the better you take care of yourself, the better you're going to feel, and the more support that you're going to end up receiving because you want that support. You know you deserve that support, and so you're going to receive that support from your spirit guides, from those around you, from your coworkers, or if you hire anybody to help you, like editors or people to help film things or whatever it is, you're going to get support for your dreams, and it's going to make it easier to reach your dreams when you accept this support and guidance from your spirit guides and follow your intuition and be true to yourself. And if other people offer their support, accepting their help and support. This also talks about not being afraid to try something new. So maybe you're not really a person to ask for help, to ask for guidance, or to seek help from others because you want to be able to say that, one, you did it all by yourself and this is all yours, and you're proud of yourself because maybe you want some validation from yourself or from your spirit guides or from others to know that you can do it by yourself. And Spirit is saying, you can technically do this by yourself, but it's going to be way more easier and a way better process and journey if you let others help you. You're going to, first of all, reach your goal sooner. Second of all, be more happier throughout your journey, because just because you, like this Temperance card says, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And so just because you can work tirelessly for hours and hours and hours on end editing something doesn't mean you should. Maybe you could hire somebody else to edit those things for you and use your time to continue on your project doing other things. It's not saying that you're incapable of doing that skill or that thing that you need to do. It's just saying that, your time is better spent elsewhere. Your efforts are better spent elsewhere while somebody else is handling some of the grunt work or some of the more technical things for you. But this is the trajectory of your project to success if you choose to take Spirit Guides advice, which we are going to cover after I clear these cards out. We're going to go into specific advice that your Spirit Guides have for you, and it is up to you whether or not you want to take it or not. But let's get into it. So we have Perseverance, Joy Guides, and creativity helper guides. And then on the back of the deck, we have rest, healer guides. Ooh, master number 33. So unfortunately, the guidebook is a little bit messed up. It's missing some pages and it doesn't have this card in there. But perseverance talks about overcoming obstacles, getting back up, and continuing to work towards your goals. She is scaling the side of a mountain towards this ball of light in the sky, this goal that she has. And even though she's going over rocky terrain, she's still taking it one step at a time, continuing towards her goal. And that's all we can really do, is take things one step at a time. You know, you can't leap up to the tippy top of the mountain all in one jump. It's not going to happen overnight. So there's no use in burning ourselves out and working ourselves to death to try to reach our goal overnight. It's a journey. It's going to take time. So make sure that you're taking time not only towards your goal, but also towards taking care of yourself as well. 18, creativity, patience, practice, reevaluation, assessment. There's no way to avoid risk if you wish to live a creative life. Stop worrying about making right or wrong choices and view all choices as creative opportunities. Celebrate the fact that you have the freedom to make choices at all. No matter what you choose, you'll create something. If you don't like the result, then simply go back to the drawing board and choose again. Your helper guides remind you not to look at life in terms of black and white, all or nothing. You're a creative spirit. Treat your creations with appreciation and respect. Good, bad, or indifferent, everything in your life reflects your creativity. Study your creations, recognize those you enjoy, and don't fret over the rest. View these less satisfactory creations as interesting rough drafts and start over. Your helper guide's message to you: go back to the drawing board. 33, rest. Relaxation, rest, rejuvenation, retreat. This card signals that it's time for a rest and healing. Your body needs a break even if your mind resists the idea. You may feel as though there's simply too much responsibility sitting on your shoulders for you to slow down right now. However, following this line of reasoning is not advisable. Pushing forward can adversely affect your health, thus harming your capability to show up later for the people who count on you. Rather than continue to willfully push onward, have enough self-love and self-awareness to recognize your limits and ease up. Taking a short break now and then will allow you to go the distance. Besides, resting briefly doesn't mean you're quitting or giving up on your commitments and responsibilities. It simply recognizes the need to pause and refuel before you carry on. Your beautiful healer guides are encouraging you to give yourself this much-needed rest. Your body is tired and your mind is fatigued. You need to refuel and regain proper perspective. Resting will also give you a more accurate view of what is and what is not your responsibility. Your loving healer guides advise that you take time to relax before your body falls apart and forces a break upon you. Allow your healer guides to attend to your body and soul as you rest. Turn away from outer stimulation and go within. Sleep, relax, meditate. Spend time in nature if possible. Let the healing begin. Stepping away for a brief time will not only be good for you, but it will also be good for others, as they will find their own resources to draw from in your absence. This will stimulate and strengthen their creativity and independence, which will help them in every way. Your healer guide's message to you: rest. Oh, that is so beautiful. This is basically what we've been referring to and talking about throughout this reading here and there, is that you need to take care of your body, and perseverance is important, but taking breaks is just as important, because if you constantly work your body, mind, and soul to the bone, then you're going to end up getting sick or burnt out or just really not having a good time. And I guarantee, as this lady is scaling the side of this mountain, she's not going at it in one go. She's taking breaks here and there. So again, you are going to be successful. Your project is going to be successful. But knowing when to take breaks is going to make it so much more relaxing and fun and much more enjoyable than if you were to try to do it all in one go and rush yourself and push yourself too hard, do it all in one night type of thing. Also, I love this imagery that she's just so at peace here, sitting by this lake with a star shining above her and these birds flying. Really, the main thing your spirit guides are telling you is that this journey doesn't have to be a super exhausting, intense struggle bus type of thing. It can be more relaxing than you think. It just comes down to consistency and discipline for yourself. And self-discipline isn't just about, oh, I'm going to work for 14 hours straight today. Self-discipline also comes down to, okay, I've been working for 3 hours now, I should take a break. And then taking a break. And not just I'm going to sit on my phone for 15 minutes, because that's not a good break. We want good quality breaks here, like stepping away from all electronics and going for a walk, or reading a book, or even just sitting there and relaxing, making a cup of tea, enjoying a snack or a meal, but doing something that isn't scrolling through social media or having your eyes glued to an electronic. Because the quality of the break really does matter. If you take a better quality break, then it rejuvenates your brain more, and you'll be more ready to get back to work, and you'll be more refreshed and able to put in really good efforts towards whatever you're doing. So I have these cards, the happiness chemicals, because I was thinking today, we're all responsible for our own happiness. Each and every person. It doesn't matter who you are. Nobody else can make you happy, and no accomplishment or material thing can truly make you happy for long term. Even if you have a, stable environment, a stable income, you might not be in survival mode anymore, which is a beautiful thing. But at the end of the day, if you're still feeling sad, there might be something there to that, especially if you have all your needs met, because depression and anxiety and stress can come from not having our needs met and being in survival mode because we're worried and we're trying to get our needs met. Food insecurity, financial insecurity, not having a stable household, all of those things are important, right? And once we get those things met, if we're still stressed out, anxious, scared, and all that sort of thing, then there might be something there that we need to address. And one of those things that we can do to help ourselves is by taking accountability and responsibility for our own happiness, because then it's not determined by external things, it's determined by us, and that is very empowering. And I find it very motivating also to be able to tell myself, you know what? I'm responsible for my own happiness, which means nobody can take it away once I have it either. Sure, things can bother me, but at the end of the day, water under the bridge type of thing, I know I'm going to heal. I know I'm going to get past this. I know I'm going to overcome these obstacles and challenges. And I think the same type of thinking might be helpful for you as well. So I want to pull some cards on some little tips to help yourself out if you're ever feeling in a rut or sad. And these aren't miracles, but I am just feeling called to pull these little cards here. And this card deck has things that can help boost your serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, endorphins, and all of these chemicals in our brain. They each have their own place in helping us be happy, feel content, feel satisfied, that sort of thing. And what these cards do is they give us tips on how to boost these different chemicals in our brain. Oh, the first card that popped out is Spice World. What we know. Chilies and peppers are hot due to the chemical compound capsaicin. When you eat these foods, your brain perceives the heat as pain and triggers endorphins. What to do? Next time you need a little pick-me-up, consider going out for a spicy meal with some buddies and revel in that good burn. Ooh, I love that. So you might really like spicy food. I'm thinking of sushi with spicy mayo on it, which, I mean, truth be told, spicy mayo isn't that spicy, but for some people it might be. But like, you know, I'm also thinking of jalapenos and peppers. Oh my goodness. They sell these chips that are ghost pepper chips, which is just wild to me because ghost pepper is very, 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 very spicy. And the fact that people are just munching and crunching on some chips like it's no big deal is so wild to me, but maybe you do that. I'm also getting a message of burning muscles, like you're working out and you get that good burn from a good workout. So moving your body, being active, that might help you get out of a rut, and it might help, you know, just you become more content in general. Also, working out can help us with concentration because we get more blood flow to the brain, and so our brain is a little bit more stimulated in a positive way, and so it helps us with concentration and something else. I can't remember what it is. The only reason I know that is because I looked up ways to help with ADHD and concentration without medication, and that was one of the things, was exercising. And you can exercise at the beginning of the day and then you're set for a few hours, or on your breaks that you take in between working, getting up, walking around, doing some jumping jacks or something like that to help your blood get flowing if you happen to do something where you're sitting stagnant for a long time, like at a desk. We also have treat yourself. What we know, consuming chocolate produces endorphins in the brain, which promotes a feeling of bliss. This can explain sweet treat cravings when we're feeling down or stressed. What to do? Treating yourself is an important part of life. Just try and make it dark chocolate when you can for some extra health bonuses. Ooh, I'm sure they make some sort of candy that is like a spicy chocolate sort of deal. I'm picturing like a mango, chili, pepper sort of deal covered in chocolate. That sounds really good, actually. Also, there is a difference between treating yourself and self-care. Having a self-care routine is very important. You know, that can include making tea for yourself and taking a bath. It could include a skincare routine, an exercise routine, eating healthier, or going for walks regularly. But, you know, make sure that you're not only treating yourself, but you're also doing some sort of self-care routine, because that's very important. You deserve to be taken care of. You deserve good things in life. You deserve to have stability and happiness and all of these happy chemicals being triggered in your brain, and you deserve good things. And once you start taking care of yourself, you're going to notice, hey, I am actually feeling a little bit better more often than not. And hey, I actually don't need as much caffeine and soda and coffee and all this other stuff. Once you really start paying attention to your needs and meeting your needs and taking care of yourself, there may be some habits that you currently have that start to fall away that make it easier for you on a day-to-day basis. Whoa. Oh my goodness, you've got to be kidding me. What did we say earlier about putting your phone down? Phones down. What we know. Smartphones are designed so every notification gives us a little dopamine hit. This is what keeps us so glued to them. Not all dopamine hits are created equal though, and over time this continual fast fix can leave us feeling a little unfocused. What to do? Instead of reflexively reaching for your phone next time you feel bored or low, get your dopamine hit somewhere else. Try putting on your favorite playlist and take a hot shower. Then simple things like disabling phone notifications can also improve our focus and keep us in the moment. Wow, that's so beautiful. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. I love that. You know, Spirit is really just on point today. Yeah, if you are one of those people that have a hard time getting away from your phone, sometimes you just need to delete that app that's constantly taking up your attention and focus. So if you have an app that does that, that sends constant notifications to where you can't even open your phone in an hour without something popping up, maybe disabling those notifications would be a good start for that specific app, or deleting that app off your phone, or maybe changing the settings in your phone to where, you don't get as many notifications. But also just finding other activities to stimulate your brain in a healthy way is really what Spirit is going for here. They're saying that, a good, healthy, good quality break is needed, and taking care of yourself to help yourself get out of any rut that you're feeling. If you ever happen to be in a rut where you're sad, or you just don't feel like doing anything, or you're depressed or something. And again, these answers aren't the end all be all, it's going to fix all your problems, but it's somewhere to start. And then on the back of the deck is Smells Good, which is funny because before I started shuffling, I saw this card, but I was like, I don't need to pull it out. And then here it is again. So I'm just going to read it. Smells good. What we know, essential oils derived from plants have shown to have therapeutic properties. Studies have found that lemon and lavender oils can trigger a serotonin release in the brain. What to do? Essential oils like these can easily be found at your local health food store. Add a few drops to an oil diffuser, your bath water, or dab them on your wrists. Zesty. So one thing I used to do whenever I was in the military and I was really stressed out, I kept this tiny vial of essential oil with me, and it had a lemony scent to it and something else mixed in there. And whenever I was feeling really overwhelmed, I would just take it out of my pocket and smell it and kind of sit there for a moment with my eyes closed at my desk to try to, get myself back into a good state of mind. And it actually did work. It was very helpful. So you could do something like that too with essential oils or aromatherapy or something, to where you bring yourself back down to earth and recenter yourself with some smells. I'm also hearing textiles, so there's different grounding techniques you can do when you're really anxious and you're having a hard time getting out of your head and being present in the moment. And one of those ways is describing something around you. So for example, if I'm really anxious and I can't get out of my head, I can pick up this crystal and start describing it. Feel the weight of it in my hand. What color is it? Does it feel smooth on some points and then rough on other points of the crystal? What type of crystal is it? What is the shape of the crystal? And just start describing that object or your surroundings to yourself. And this can be in your head, it can be out loud. And that is a great grounding technique to use. It has helped me in many situations, so that might be something that might work for you as well. So now I want to do some financial cards for you to see if Spirit has any financial advice for you that would help you with your project. Oh, wow. Okay. So on the back of the deck, because I felt called to show it, is Temptation number 17. So the first card that came out is bonus. It also has 33333 on here. So 5, bonus. A monetary bonus is coming your way. Your finances will receive a sudden boost through a win, gift, or unexpected find. You may receive a cash bonus at work, or perhaps you'll hear news of a tax return greater than you were expecting. It could even be referring to a discovery of forgotten savings or store credit. The additional funds have come to help you through a period of significant change and transformation. Avoid spending it on frivolous purchases you may come to regret, such as DoorDash, ordering out, random food things you don't need, random objects, knickknacks, clothes, jewelry you don't need. I'm getting a feeling that you could really use this bonus to help you get the equipment you need for your project. That's the thing I'm hearing about this bonus. But, it's up to you how you spend your money. This is just the advice that, is coming through to you from Spirit. The bonus is validation that your recent choices will lead to positive outcomes and you're following the road of least resistance. Beautiful, beautiful. 1, accountability. Oh, that's so wild because we were talking about accountability earlier. All right. Accountability. It's time to step up and become accountable for your financial matters. In the past, you've relied on others to make decisions or support your lifestyle. No more. You must take responsibility and gain control of your financial affairs, no longer being dependent on those around you. Your friends and loved ones should not bear the responsibility of your obligations. It is an undeserved burden for them to carry. Times may be tight, but you're not sincerely trying to stand unsupported. Your choices and lack of accountability are starting to affect those around you. It's time to become independent and self-reliant. And so also with this accountability, apologies if that, triggers anyone or makes them feel bad. That's not the intention of this reading. That's not the intention from Spirit. And if you have been doing this, this is just a reminder, hey, Spirit thinks that you're really at the point in your life to where you can start taking accountability for your finances and supporting yourself now, because you've learned a lot over time, and now's the time to start putting your knowledge to good use and becoming more financially independent. But also this could be referring to the fact that maybe you don't borrow money from anybody. You are financially independent, but maybe you don't make the best choices with your finances. Like maybe you have spending sprees on certain things, maybe you impulse buy. And so finding ways to, 1, figure out why it is that you have your spending habits the way that they are, and 2, getting to the root of the issue or the influence or whatever it is causing you to have those spending habits, and figuring out a way to replace that with some good habits, some good financial things that you can do for yourself on a consistent basis. Learning how to be more financially responsible or better with your money in some way. I'm hearing there are different things you can do for yourself, such as if you have a tendency to impulse buy clothes. When you go grocery shopping, don't even go down the clothes aisle. Like, avoid it. Because until you are able to be more self-disciplined and be able to walk through the clothes aisle without picking anything up, you might want to avoid that part of the store so that you don't buy those things, especially if you are in a financial situation to where it's not really in your money plan to be purchasing a bunch of extra clothes or items or things. And this can go for a lot of different things, like junk food, decorations, crafts and art supplies, just anything that you're doing in excess. Subscriptions, going through your subscription list. What have you been subscribed to that has been pulling money out of your bank account that you don't know about? Looking into your finances, into your bank account is really important right now, because if you can cut back on, or not cut back, if you can eliminate some of those subscriptions, it would save you a lot of money. You wouldn't believe how much all of those add up to. And sometimes you don't even realize that you're still subscribed to something because you did a free trial. So it's just really good to look into. We have 7 sacrifices. 7 sacrifices. Your current spending habits show that your monetary values are out of sync with your desires. Dang, that's so wild because we were just talking about that literally a second ago. Don't let your finances stop you from living your dream. Implement a savings plan that will help bring them into reality. Oh, I love, it's all about frame of mind with a lot of things. I don't like telling myself that I can't have something. I recently like telling myself, which would I rather have? Would I rather have a cheeseburger that I order on DoorDash that the whole meal ends up being $20? Or would I rather save my money, just make something real fast in the kitchen and use that money towards a video game I've been wanting for a long time and saving up for that video game? Putting things into perspective like that can be really helpful. Not looking at it as, oh, I can't have this, it's forbidden, but I would rather have this over here than that. So that is a really good way to think about things. It can help with the impulse buying, because sometimes with impulse buying, it comes down to not wanting to restrict ourselves or having an issue with control or restriction or limitations, and resisting the control and limitations that we set for ourselves or that other people have tried to set for ourselves. And that could stem from things in your childhood, like maybe you couldn't get a lot of clothes during your childhood because maybe it wasn't in your family's budget, or maybe your parents were very strict on what you could and couldn't have, and when you got your own money, when you got older, you were like, I don't want to have any restrictions, I'm going to get what I want to get. So it's really good to start looking at things in a different way if you can, to start trying to reframe your mind. Instead of looking at it as a restriction, look at it as an option. I would rather have this instead of waste my money on that. Implement a savings plan that will help bring them into reality. Your creative ideas will never become reality unless you make them a priority. Making the necessary financial sacrifices now will ensure the resources are available when you're ready to move forward. Consider where you can introduce cutbacks and what luxuries you can go without. Stop pushing your dreams into the future by making excuses. Set your intentions and make a financial commitment, and make your goals your priority. And also, writing down what your goals are, what your financial goals are, like if you're trying to save up for a camera, print out a picture of the camera that you want and put it on your wall where you see it, or on your fridge. And every time that you're tempted to frivolously get takeout or something like that, look over at the picture and be like, that's what I want. I don't want this cheeseburger. I want that camera. I can just make something in the kitchen right now. I have food at home, and my goal is to get this camera. So having a visualization can really help us stay on target and stay on top of our goals and stay committed, because it's a reminder of what we're going to have. 13, privacy. Retain some privacy with your financial affairs to avoid unnecessary obstacles and challenges. Before I even start reading this even more, this reminds me of manifesting. And if you're trying to manifest something in your life, like your project, I highly recommend not telling a bunch of people about it, because people are very judgmental. And oftentimes it's not intentional, but they just throw shade towards people who have big dreams and big plans because they themselves are jaded from their own experiences. And you don't want any of that evil eye. You don't want any of that extra bad vibes thrown your way. So I just recommend keeping it to yourself until you've accomplished it, and then celebrating it with those who are supportive and happy for you genuinely. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have anybody in your life like that, manifest those people into your life, man. You know, you can manifest anything into your life. If you want a happy, supportive group of people, or people that can work with you on your project, ask spirit, ask your spirit guides, start manifesting it into your life, and it will come into your life. So retain some privacy with your financial affairs to avoid unnecessary obstacles and challenges. This heart code is encouraging you to stay tight-lipped about money matters, as your talkativeness could get you in trouble. By divulging too much information, you can experience disagreements, lost opportunities, and borrowed ideas. Keep your excitement under wraps until it becomes a reality. This will ensure that external interferences do not impede or affect the outcome. For best results, keep your ego in check, your ideas to yourself, and your financial decisions private. You don't need others to validate your choices, nor do you need to boast. Ooh, I love that. Ooh, spirit, pop off. Like, I agree with that so much. A lot of times we share things with other people because, one, we're excited, and two, we are sort of seeking validation. We want them to be excited with us. We want them to believe in us. But Spirit is saying, believe in yourself. You've got this, pile two. You are so incredibly smart and talented and just really skilled in general. So don't doubt yourself and your capabilities. You've got this. You don't need anybody else telling you that you've got this. You don't even need me telling you that you've got this. So Spirit is saying to validate yourself, believe in yourself. We have offer, an attractive offer is on the way. You'll receive news for an exciting financial opportunity that you won't want to miss. The offer will not involve a long-term commitment, but will bring experience, prosperity, and new connections. This opportunity will provide the leverage required to take you to the next level. So consider the offer carefully. Don't doubt the intentions behind the offer. It comes without attached motivations. Embrace the opportunity, step through your fears, and relinquish your need to control the finer details. Allow the process to flow naturally and follow synchronicity. Limitless possibilities await you, so be prepared for the unexpected. This is so beautiful. And so this offer coming into your life, there's no malicious intention behind it. There's no ulterior motives that are bad or harboring anything bad. So taking this offer is going to be a really good opportunity for you to network and to grow and to even get funding for your project, or even get knowledge and experience for your project that's needed, such as like interning somewhere and maybe the pay is low, but you're gaining a lot of knowledge about equipment, cameras, video editing, or something like that. And getting free knowledge is really great, like, because not only can you get the experience, but somebody's there to teach you and guide you along the way. So that's one thing that could happen. Or it could be a donation. Somebody could be investing in you and your dream, and they're not trying to buy you out. They're not trying to buy your project from you. They just really believe you and your vision. And this could be like a really close friend. It could be a random person. But this offer could also be a job opportunity. It could be traveling. It could be vacationing, like, and this vacation, while you're on this vacation, this little getaway, it's really refreshing, and you end up gaining an idea that really helps out your project while you're on this vacation. This offer could literally be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary value. It could be literally going on a road trip with some friends or going on a vacation. And then on the back of the deck, we had temptation here. Do not allow temptation to lead you astray. Often spontaneous financial decisions and frivolous spending patterns can be forms of artificial fulfillment, a type of emotional compensation to generate feelings of satisfaction, adequacy, and greater self-worth. When you're led by temptation, you react on a superficial level and are often not in alignment with your greater self or life purpose. Consider what void you're attempting to fill and break the repetitive cycle. When you unearth the core emotions needing healing, you'll be able to plug the leak in your finances and discern temptation from necessity. Wow, that is so beautiful. Okay, I had such a hard time reading through this. I didn't keep it in. I edited it to where it doesn't sound as clunky and horrible. But it took me like 5 times to try to get through these 2 paragraphs. So this might be a hard pill to swallow, is what I'm feeling. And this might be something that's hard to work through, but it's worth working through it. If you have a lot of temptations with overspending, with spontaneous impulsive purchases, it may be hard to get through working through temptation and implementing healthier habits, but it's so worth it, because at the end of the day, you're going to be better off financially, and through working through this, you're going to go through a healing cycle, which is going to help you for the rest of your life. It's not only just about right now or about your project, but working through these temptations, why you have them, what's going on, what are you attempting to satisfy that needs satisfying in your soul, in your heart, in your mind. And taking steps towards healing is going to help you for the rest of your life. It's going to help you on your project, on your day-to-day life, just in general. And lastly, we have some angel number messages. 888, I am abundant. As you focus on all the wonderful things that surround you, you're clearing the path for more positive energy to flow into all areas of your life and creating a place for abundance. Oh, that is so beautiful. So the more we're positive in our outlook, and not toxic positivity, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what Spirit's talking about. But genuinely helping yourself and reframing your mind into looking through a lens of gratitude, being present in the moment, and trying to see the positives all around you can really help reframe your mind to being more positive. And whenever our frame of mind changes to a more positive one, we start noticing more positive things and receiving more positive things in our life. And that is one of the things that Spirit is bringing to your attention, because right now maybe you have a more jaded outlook on life or a more pessimistic view, and that may be hindering your ability to receive blessings and to even notice that they're there. Because sometimes when we're so pessimistic or down on ourselves, down on life, we don't even recognize the miracles and blessings around us for us to receive them. But Spirit is saying that abundance is all around you, and you will receive abundance. You will get to the point to where you have a more positive outlook. Be patient with yourself. Take care of yourself, because you deserve it. So that is your reading, pile 2. I hope it resonated with you, and I hope it helped you in some way. I know that we kind of went off the rails a little bit here and there, but Spirit's gonna spirit. They're gonna say what they want to say. But hopefully this reading was helpful to you on some level. And if it was helpful in some way, I would greatly so appreciate it if you hit that like button and comment down below. These things help this channel really grow, but if you don't do that, that's okay. I'm just happy that you're here and that I got to read for you today, so thank you for that. And I hope you have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in this beautiful world. I love you, fam. Alrighty, bye. Hi, pile 3, welcome to your reading. You chose this cute bumblebee Jasper. I've always thought this heart is so cute. Whoa, I looked at the phone and it's literally 111. Now it's 112. That's so cool. So you might like synchronicities in numbers. Your spirit guides and archangels on your spiritual team might talk to you and communicate to you through signs, synchronicities, like angel numbers. So angel number 111 in numerology, it means opportunity, good luck, new beginnings, personal growth, confidence, trust, and that your spirit guides and the archangels on your spiritual team are looking out for you and they're looking over you. It's also a sign of the fact that you're on the right path. So I originally pulled out my phone because I was looking up what Bumblebee Jasper, the spiritual meaning of it is, because I couldn't remember. And Bumblebee Jasper is about spiritual abundance and an end to scarcity thinking, and to help whoever, has the Bumblebee Jasper end scarcity thinking and align themselves with spiritual abundance. It also promotes strength, courage, confidence, and optimism. Oh, that's so beautiful. And then also on here it says, this vibrant colored stone brings curiosity, creativity, and manifestation into your aura. There's an affirmation associated with it that I found, and it's, my energy is grounded in the earth and allows me to manifest my highest intentions into this physical world. Or you could say, I am grounded and I manifest my highest intentions into this physical world. But yeah, so that's Bumblebee Jasper. So today we're doing a vibe check and seeing what exactly your project is that you're trying to complete and that you want to be successful. And then we're also going to cover what the current trajectory of your project is if you were to change nothing. And we're going to use this tarot deck. And then after we answer that, we're going to see what the trajectory is of your project if you were to implement the changes that Spirit wants you to implement to help yourself. And then we're going to go over what those changes are. But first, we're going to set this tarot deck to the side, and we're going to use some oracle cards to figure out what your project is. Okay, hand-eye coordination, excited, aww, that's so cute, analysis, manifesting, listening to directions. So for some reason, I'm thinking about sports, and I'm thinking about trying out for a sporting team, or trying to get a scholarship for a sport, or trying to win a competition that has something to do with sports and athletics, trying to achieve some kind of notoriety or get accepted into a group or win an award for something athletic and sporty. And for some reason, I keep coming back to baseball and softball. And that may not be for everybody. That may be for like literally one person in this reading. But I'm gonna keep going to see what else Spirit has to tell me about your project. Ooh, you could be a coach. You could be a sports coach that helps people become better at their sport, like somebody that is in charge of a sporting team. You could be trying to create a community sports team for your area, and you could be the coach for the team. You might be a personal coach for people that are trying to get better at a certain sport. Because with analysis and manifesting, that reminds me of training yourself or somebody else by analyzing the movements, the form, the way that they are doing something. So I'm thinking of someone trying to correct someone's swimming form. I'm also thinking of correcting somebody's throw whenever they're pitching a ball, or correcting somebody's swing whenever they're swinging a bat and trying to hit a ball, or some kind of form with sports. I'm also hearing that some of you may like tuning into tarot readings just to listen, and you're not really here for a prediction. You're just like, oh, this is really fun listening to these people. This is fun watching this. And it's like entertainment. It's like relaxing. You might put it on in the background while you're doing something. And that's not everyone, but that may be just a few people out in the crowd there. Summer. What sports are in the summer? Light bulb. So we have magnifying glass, get more info. And this ladybug, I feel like, came out as an encouragement. It says, a vibrant, abundant life, happy, comfort, leisure, wishes are coming true, good health, balance, birth of a daughter. Snake, deception, jealousy, betrayal, backstab, toxic, silent treatment, seduction, sexuality, counterproductive. Wow, okay, so you might be going from this point in your life to this point in your life. Like maybe there were some toxic habits you had, or a toxic lifestyle. Maybe you were around people that weren't very nice, but for some reason you stayed friends with them over the years, and you finally cut yourself off from those people. You distanced yourself from them. You decided to change your lifestyle, change your habits into better habits, and you're in a period of growth. You're in a period of abundance now, and you're at a higher vibration because you're happier. You have taken accountability for your life, and you have chosen to be responsible for your own happiness and fulfilling your own dreams. And the things that you do now bring you more comfort, bring you more satisfaction than the things you used to do. You are healthier mentally and physically now than you were during this period of darkness. And so there's more balance in your life now than there was. So we have, oh, this is so awesome. Yeah, there were a bunch of things that you ended in your life that you decided to put an end to and stop doing because you're like, I'm tired of this BS. I'm tired of waking up with hangovers and my body hurting. I'm tired of being sad. I'm tired of being around people that don't appreciate me or even like me for who I truly am. And you are like, I'm letting go of this baggage. I'm letting go of these people, this situation, and I'm going to strive towards a better lifestyle that brings me tranquility, peace, calm, happiness. Mother Earth, so you might be doing more meditations, you might be spending more time in nature, and, you know, doing athletic things, a sport, coaching, it brings a lot of satisfaction because you're helping other people and you're also doing something you really enjoy, and it's outside, it's in the sunlight. With this light bulb here, I just kept thinking of the sun, and then we have summer. So the summer months might be really big for coaching or for doing some type of athletic thing or sport. And with tracks, steady forward movement, you've made a lot of progress in your life ever since you've decided to change things up and to strive towards a healthier lifestyle. And this is perfect timing that you're here in this reading because Spirit is confirming all of your hard work. Spirit is confirming that you're doing so amazing and they're so proud of you. They're so proud of how far you've come and the fact that you decided to take charge of your life and help yourself, help those around you, and do what you love. And so they're so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And you are unstoppable. It literally says unstoppable on here. And everything is happening in divine timing. Oh, that card fell out. Yeah, you had to have a tower moment. So this talks about the tower. This talks about asserting yourself and survival, lust, raw energy, sudden change, taking action. Yeah, you had to take action and have your tower moment to be able to heal and move forward and decide to go on the path you're on now. The element of spirit, allow, trust divine timing. Ooh, we just talked about divine timing. That's beautiful. So everything is happening in divine timing. Trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your desires. You know, if you haven't yet gone after something that you've been thinking about and wanting to do for a long time, do it. Now is as good a time as any. You might as well do something you love versus do something you hate. Why would you do something you're only, mediocre towards or that you don't like? We're here to live life and to enjoy it. If you're unhappy where you are in anything, you can take steps towards changing that situation, changing your environment, changing the people that are around you to ones that you align with more. So we also have stallion, break free, tame versus wild, strong emotions, desire, driving force, unbridled, sexual energy, freedom, unleash the inner beast, baby. Woo! Hell yeah! So some of you in this group have already started doing these things. You're going after your dreams. You're doing what you want to do. And some of you are a bit hesitant and you have yet to take that final step. And Spirit is saying, go for it. Break free. Run wild to your heart's desire. Like, do what you want in life because we're only here for a certain amount of time. And who knows how long that time is. So why would you waste it by doing things you hate or doing things that other people expect of you? Why not do things that you love, that you're passionate about, that you enjoy doing, that bring you happiness and peace and tranquility and satisfaction into your life? And I'm hearing that maybe your project For some of you, it could be the sports, athletic, coaching, and all that stuff. But for others of you, it could just be doing what you love. Getting to the point to where you are doing what you love and you are financially supported and financially stable, and you either are retiring and being able to do what you love on a daily basis, whether you're getting paid for that thing, but you're still receiving money from your previous retirement, or whether you are actually making money by doing what you love. But either way, make it a priority. If you haven't already done this, if you're not already doing what you love and financially stable doing it, make it a priority to list out what you need to do to get to the point to where you are living life the way you want to live your life. Write down what you want your life to look like. What kind of lifestyle do you want? What kind of job do you want? And don't think about, oh, my mom wants me to do this, my family wants me to do this, my dad, he really wants me to be a doctor. No, cut all that bullshit out. Sit with yourself and think about, what do you want to do? What brings you joy? What brings you happiness? Write it down. It doesn't matter how outlandish it may seem. Nothing is really outlandish. I mean, if you take all the lives of everybody on earth, there are some lives that are so drastically different and out there, you wouldn't believe it if you heard it. And yet it happens. People live these wild, amazing lives, and these really cozy, satisfying lives, and these really adventurous lives, and these really satisfying lives. And so why can't you be one of them? Why not? Tell me why. Oh, I'm afraid I won't be able to make money. Oh, I'm afraid that people will dislike my decision. You are a grown-ass adult. Who cares what those people think? Who cares about outside validation? The only validation that matters is yours. And if you are happy in your current situation, if you are satisfied and feel, joy within you in your life, and if you like your life, your grandma isn't living your life for you. Your mom, your sister, your relatives, your friends, are they in your body right now? Are they living your life for you? Are they controlling your brain? No. So why not go for the things that you actually want to do? And that is the thing, is like, those people, those other people, they don't have to deal with the long-term consequences of your decisions. You do. You have to live with yourself for the rest of your life. You have to live your own life for the rest of your life. So why not make it a freaking awesome one? Just something to think about. Just something to think about, pile 3. On the back of the deck, ring, agreement, pact, cycle, trust, alliance, commit. Commit to your dreams. You're here. You're in this reading. I know you have something that you want to do or that you're working on. And Spirit is saying to fully commit to it. Write down a list of steps that you need to do to achieve your goal, to achieve your project. I'm being serious. Pause this video right now. I'm not going anywhere. Pause this video and write down a list of steps you need to do to achieve your goal. You are more likely to achieve your goal if you do this. And then hang that list of steps on your fridge, next to your computer, wherever you are, that you can see it for, most of the day whenever you're in your apartment, house, wherever you're living. Put it in a visible place. And then every day, look at that list and be like, what can I check off on this list? What can I do? And if these steps are big ones, then take the first step and break it down into smaller tasks and focus on that for now. This will help you in your journey. And if you've already started your project, you're already fully committed, you're already mostly doing what you want to do, and you're in the middle of things, this advice still applies to you as well. It'll help you organize your thoughts and stay on track with what you need to do. Alrighty, pile 3. So if that sounds like your situation, or one of the situations you've been going through. I feel like we have a mixed bag of people here in this pile, but that's okay because these readings are for a lot of different people. So if most of what I said resonated with you in some way, then this is your pile, and let's get into the current trajectory of your project. If you were to change nothing, do nothing, and just stay on course with what you've been doing. So I'm going to clear these cards out and we're going to get into the tarot. This is a random thought that keeps popping into my mind, but the body and the mind can adapt to almost anything. Spirit wants you to keep that in mind for changing any habits and lifestyles that you have for yourself, and also for thinking about your life right now. If you're at a point into your life to where, this is only for some of you, but if you've noticed that you're like, how did I get used to those toxic people being so mean to me all the time? And I just took it. I just dealt with it because we've been friends, or we've known each other since like second grade or something like that, or we served together in the military, or we work together and I can't get away from them, or something like that. The body and the mind will adapt to almost anything when it is around something for long enough. And so this is important to think about. The people that you hang around, the things that you do affect you deeply. And after a while, we just get used to it. We go numb in some cases. We kind of tune everything out, and we can unintentionally get used to taking on negativity, tolerating inappropriate behaviors from people, tolerating toxic situations. And whether you realize it or not, it is taking a toll on your mind, body, and spirit. So if you are around toxic people in a job that stresses you the F out a lot, this is a sign that it's time to move on. It's time to head for new horizons, to set sail for something better, because you deserve good things, pile 3. You deserve beautiful things. You deserve healthy relationships around you that support and love you unconditionally, that accept you for who you truly are, your true authentic self. You deserve a nice, awesome job that you enjoy doing, that doesn't stress you out constantly all the time, and that you feel good about. You enjoy waking up, getting out of bed because you're excited to go do that thing. You're excited to go do your passion project or your job, or, meet up with your friends. You don't get exhausted just at the thought of doing something or seeing someone. You're actually vibrant, full of life again. No matter how old you are, whether you're 63 or 12, it doesn't matter. What matters is the quality of life that you're living. And that's something that Spirit is trying to get through to you. I love this deck. Isn't this deck so gorgeous? So first we have the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Cups, King of Swords, Justice, and then the back of the deck is 6 of Laurels. So the Hierophant talks about getting more information and learning what the rules are before you can break them. So whatever it is that you're trying to do with your project, whether it's start the project or continue your project, Spirit is saying, as of right now, getting more information. So the Hierophant talks about mentorship and learning the fundamentals. It also talks about groups and community, but mostly about knowledge and learning. The Wheel of Fortune is simply what goes around comes around, and life and situations are ever changing. Nothing is ever constantly the same. So if you're in a bad situation, it'll get better. 3 of Cups is about a collaboration, a celebration between yourself and others, and enjoyment of relationships, socialization. The King of Swords is about clarity of mind and logical thinking. The King of Swords is a very logical, strategic mind. And the Justice card talks about the need for attention to fairness, truth, laws, and karma, and how actions do bring consequences. And then Six of Laurels is about receiving help and support, and greed has not taken over your heart. You're open to sharing the wealth with others. You're open to receiving help. So basically, the trajectory of your current project is that you won't be able to consistently do your project without attention to detail and the help of others. You need help from other people to be able to complete your project. Your project, currently as it stands, if you were to change nothing in your life, it will develop, it will continue, you will be on track with it. But you'll need to look more into things, and I feel like you already are. You're already looking into the details, you're doing your research, but it's interesting how the Justice card and the Wheel of Fortune both came out, because this talks about what comes around goes around, and so does this card. So there's a lot of karmic cycles in this project, and this project may be about you breaking karmic cycles. With you even starting this project, you're going to start to break karmic cycles that your soul has been going through, which I may have lost a few people with that sentence. But basically, some people believe in reincarnation. I do. It's okay if you don't. But from a reincarnation standpoint, they'll go through multiple lives trying to heal their soul and trying to achieve different things, whatever the soul is trying to achieve for each different person. It could be breaking karmic cycles, like generational curses of abuse or neglect or self-sabotage. It could just be achieving happiness in their lifetime, being their true authentic selves. There's many different things. And so with you, whether you believe in reincarnation or not, you doing this project is meant to be. It is going to help you on a deeper level because, one, it's going to help solidify that actions have consequences, and even inaction is an action. An indecision is a decision. That is something mind-blowing that I've realized from watching a movie or something a few years ago, is that inaction, indecision in itself is a decision. Choosing not to change something, choosing not to do something is still a choice. So if you were to not do this project, not change your lifestyle or whatever, that in itself is a choice. I feel like you have also realized this, that if you don't take steps towards your dreams, towards your goals, nothing is going to change, and you've chosen to not change your life or your lifestyle by not going after what you truly love. But you're in this reading, you're trying to do what you love, you're trying to go after your project, and I see here that the road you're on is one of learning, it is one of networking, and you're going to need help from others to achieve your goal. And with this King of Swords, this is a reminder not to let emotions dictate your decisions all the time. You need a balance here. We can't only make decisions off of emotional needs, and we can't only make decisions on pure logic. We're not robots. We have emotions, so we do need to take emotions into consideration, but we also can't just willy-nilly on a whim up and do something impulsive every 2 seconds based on our emotions, because it won't have the best outcome. Just like going purely off of logic isn't going to have the best outcome. So there's a balance that you're striving for. And so the trajectory of your project is one of learning, it's one of growth, it's one of figuring out a balance for yourself and learning more about your project and leaning on trusted others to help you with your project. You have good intentions with your project also. You're not doing this out of greed, you're not doing this out of selfishness, you're doing this because you are passionate about it, you love it, you enjoy it, and also it may help others as well. And I'm seeing that you will get started on your project, and your project will start evolving. It may not be super fast, but it's at a steady pace as of right now, if you were to change nothing and just keep doing what you're doing. Alrighty, so let's look into the second question, which is what your project will look like if you were to take Spirit's advice in this video. So if you choose to take Spirit's advice that they're going to reveal to you after this, then you are going to go through a significant breakthrough. And you are going to be in this really motivating, driven energy, working with people that support you and who want to help you, celebrating your wins. I'm seeing emotional growth here as well. And having a real vision of what you want to accomplish and going after it with the Knight of Wands here. You're going to be able to really get things done and do what you need to do to achieve your goal. And you're going to learn to cut people off that are toxic. Cut out situations that are toxic, and this is going to really benefit you, and this is going to be the turning point for you and your project, because even though you will go through some sadness, maybe anger or pain from cutting these people out of your life or removing these situations from your life, and it will bring about some challenges, you're going to realize that you were better off for it. With the Two of Cups here, that's going to, like, this whole situation is going to reveal to you your true friends and the people that truly support you and have your back and accept you for who you are, love you for who you are, and want to help you achieve your dreams. And this is also going to make more room in your life for more supportive people who want a genuine connection with you to enter your life, who not only want to help you achieve your dreams, but just want to hang out with you, be friends with you, be a partner in, in life, whether it's a business partner or a romantic partner for anyone who's single. Wow, this is so beautiful. And I absolutely love that the King of Pentacles came out for you, because the King of Pentacles is a card of success and protection of your success. Like, what you create, what you put your blood, sweat, and tears into, this dream of yours, this project of yours is protected. It is divinely protected, and you will be successful in what you're doing. There's going to be a journey, because there's always a journey, right? We live here on earth and life is a journey, but you will be successful in the end, and you will grow so much through this journey. And there will be things that are made apparent to you that you've gone years without realizing. And then when you finally realize it, you're like, dang, I really never put two and two together, but that really makes sense. And it's like lifting the veil, and you're finally going to see certain people for who they truly are, their true colors and intentions. You're going to weed out any snakes in your life, any weasels, people that were just using you, and you're going to really build up those genuine, authentic, real connections with the people that truly matter, that truly support you and want to see you succeed, and they're gonna have your back. But yeah, this is an awesome card that came out, because this is only the beginning of your success. This is only the start of your journey. There's going to be so many more things that come into your life after you decide to follow through with going after your project and taking Spirit's advice and doing what you need to do to not only help yourself, but help achieve your project. And it's going to be beautiful. And you know what's really funny is at the beginning of this reading, I was going ham on telling you guys to follow your dreams and to actually dream big and go after what you want in life. And that's exactly what the King of Pentacles encourages. The King of Pentacles encourages us to dream big and not be afraid of pursuing our dreams. The King of Pentacles, they got big P, big D energy, baby. They ain't afraid of anybody or anything. They're confident in who they are. They're not afraid to show other people who they are, because they're like, either you like me or you don't. And if you don't, then just move on. That sort of thing. I love that energy. That's so awesome. And like, he doesn't feel threatened, because he's like, I know my worth, and I'm reaping the benefits, and I'm going to continue reaping the benefits of all my hard work that I've put into this. With that being said, let's get into the specific advice that Spirit has for you. Okay, that's way too many cards. Oh yeah, also, so like, all of these crystals up here, I put in order for a certain reason, and that's to usher in new ideas and new ways of thinking, good luck and confidence in yourself and who you are, abundance, and to be out with outdated things that no longer serve you anymore. So I have this little dino here, and although I really love dinosaurs, people always tease, at least in America, people tease each other, oh wow, you're so old, you're a dinosaur. You know, if somebody's really old or something, or wow, you really stick with that ideal, you walk with the dinosaurs. So this is just like a representation of old ways of thinking, no matter what they are, but ones that no longer serve you. And green calcite is for releasing things. Meditate with it and channel all of your thoughts and subconscious thoughts and ways of life and habits that you don't want anymore, channeling it into this stone to be released to your spirit guides, to the universe, or whatever, or just releasing them from your life, from yourself. And so with these together, it just represents releasing old ways of thinking. And so I think that's one thing that Spirit is calling for you to do, is if you find yourself saying, oh, well, I do things this way because that's how I've always done them. Maybe it's time to not do things just because you've always done them that way. Maybe it's time to try new things, to explore more. I mean, people are very complex beings. There's a lot of things we don't know about the human body, about people in general, like all the way from psychological things to physical things to scientific things. And honestly, we're walking miracles. Everything alive is a miracle. But what I'm trying to say is that it's perfectly okay to know yourself. We want to get to know ourselves. We want to be confident in who we are. We want to know ourselves on a deep and personal level. But Spirit is saying there's more exploring to do, because you've just barely touched the surface on yourself. You deserve to explore your own personality, your own interests and hobbies and ways of thinking even further, because they guarantee that you will find something you didn't realize about yourself. And it's going to help you in the long run. I'm not sure what that is, but Spirit says that that's between you and yourself on what you figure out about yourself, what you come to find out. Solitude, higher self. Ooh, the number 8. I love the number 8. That's a good number. So this card reminds me of someone going through a hermit period, which a hermit period is referring to the Hermit card in tarot. And the solitude reminds me of the hermit, because when we're alone with ourselves, we get to know ourselves better. And that's part of the hermit, is getting to know yourself and being alone with yourself and being in solitude for a period of time and learning more about yourself and exploring your inner world and stuff like that. So you might end up doing that here sometime in the future. And it might be before you start going ham on your project. It might be during. Oh yeah. Oh, that is so cool. I cannot make that up. So this is number 9, the 9th card in the deck, and this is the 8th card. So 8, 9, that's cool. But also solitude and epiphany. You are gonna have an epiphany about yourself whenever you start really spending time alone with yourself and getting to know yourself again. Because people change over the years, and if you haven't checked in with yourself in a few years, because a long time ago you just figured, okay, this is me, then, you know, things change, and Spirit is wanting you to see what has changed within your inner world. I'm thinking of epiphany. I'm thinking of the Ace of Swords, because the Ace of Swords also talks about having an innovative idea. So you're going to have an innovative idea about your project once you go through this period of solitude and look deeply into your inner world and have this epiphany. At the same time, you're going to have an epiphany about yourself, but also an epiphany about your project. 8, solitude. Meditate, contemplate, review, listen. You're being counseled by your higher self to retreat and renew your soul through quiet contemplation and meditation. Your nervous system has been overstimulated and you can't absorb any more input from the outer world. Step away and give yourself the necessary peace and time alone you require to recalibrate. In doing so, you'll begin to sense, feel, and even hear the voice of your higher self, which will help you to regain your inner direction. Meditate in whatever way feels best for you. Sit quietly and listen to the guidance your higher self is transmitting through your entire body. Fully open your heart to your higher self. Even if you doubt you're succeeding, you are making contact now. Your higher self invites you to consider your present circumstances calmly and confidently. Clear direction from your higher self will come to you, so listen. Your higher self's message to you. Be quiet and listen. And then number 9, epiphany. Inspiration, breakthrough, revelation, divine guidance. Congratulations! You're finally getting out of your head and connecting more directly with your divine spirit. The flow of communication between your higher self and your conscious mind is strengthening daily, allowing you to fully sense this ongoing stream of divine guidance that is available to you. As your connection with your higher self deepens, answers will suddenly drop into your consciousness, like gifts from above. Aha moments will appear with greater frequency, like light bulbs switching on in your head. You'll find yourself consistently in the right place at the right time, showered with delightful support. Your higher self is also encouraging you to develop more spontaneity. Flow with life rather than fight against it. Trust your inner guidance right now. Allow yourself to be gently led by your higher self rather than tormented by your fear-mongering ego. Remain in constant dialogue with your higher self and ask for help in overriding any internal resistance that may be preventing you from staying on your true path. You are on the way. Your higher self's message to you. Listen to me and follow. So for anyone who doesn't know, your higher self is basically the best version of you. And we can get messages from our highest selves that can help us on a day-to-day basis with specific things and healing ourselves and becoming better versions of ourselves, basically. I really love these cards. These are the Happiness Chemicals cards by Georgia Perry. And they give us little tips to help us increase serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, or endorphin levels in our brain. And these are the chemicals in our brain that are responsible for us feeling happy or satisfied, content, joy, stuff like that. So I'm going to pull some cards on what you should do whenever you're feeling in a funk, feeling sad or unmotivated, things like that. So I'm hearing for you to meditate, and if you're feeling upset about something, doing some kind of exercise to help regain control of your body and your mind. If you're feeling too overstimulated or too emotional about something, because maybe you tend to make quick decisions when you're feeling intense emotions. Like if you're feeling intense anger or fear or sadness, you may jump to a decision that is comforting to you, or just make a snap decision to be done with the situation. And that's not always the most helpful thing to do, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, because maybe in the past it has yielded undesirable results. That's something to start working on over time, is instead of making snap decisions in that moment, focus on helping yourself calm down, taking some deep breaths, doing a grounding exercise, and thinking over the situation in a more logical point of view, not leaving your emotions out of it, but just calming yourself down enough to where you can make a more rational decision about something going on if you get really bothered by things. And I'm also thinking of reflection, having self-reflection and reflection on situations. So you may learn sometimes by having reflection on past experiences, past results of certain things. And so they're reminding you to be more proactive about it, because you may look on past situations and have regrets because you're like, hindsight 2020, maybe I was in the wrong, or maybe I should have done this instead of that, or chosen to do this. And Spirit is saying, instead of living a life of regrets, try being proactive and living a life of deciding to be proactive about the decisions that you make, and to help center yourself whenever something hard is going on in your life. And what's really cool is that this card even shows like she's in the center of herself. So she's centering herself. She is bringing herself to a point of being grounded, clear-headed, being able to see different points of view on the situation. And that can be very important for not only ourselves in social situations, but also professional instances as well. Much like accomplishing a goal, doing something new that we haven't experienced before rewards our brain with dopamine. What to do? It doesn't have to be skydiving. Just simple activities such as exploring a different neighborhood, listening to some new music, or cooking a new recipe can spike the reward chemical. Nice. Okay. That's also really cute. So this star has nearly all the colors as this center part. It has that yellow, orangey color, and then pink colors, and then it's a star. So that's really cool. It really ties into the imagery between these cards. But yeah, Spirit is saying you should try something new, and it should be at least a weekly thing, a weekly activity that you plan for yourself, or that you try, like going to a new club or meeting new people, doing new things at home, listening to new music, going on a walk somewhere you don't usually walk. Because the more new things you do, the more you get to know about yourself, and the more you get to know about your likes and dislikes. And I'm also hearing that if you think you don't like something, try it in a new way. Because maybe the first time you tried it, it wasn't the right situation, or it wasn't as good as it could have been. For example, I hated tomatoes growing up, unless it was tomato sauce, but an actual tomato, just no way. I did not like it. And even as an adult, I don't really like tomatoes, but I went to a fancy restaurant one time, and I had ordered avocado toast, which I know, so mainstream, whatever you want to call it, but I do actually like avocado toast though. It tastes good. But anyways, so they put tomatoes on top of the avocado toast, and then they had a side of lemon, and I was like, well, I don't like tomatoes, but this is a fancy restaurant and they know what they're doing, so I'm guessing they just want me to squeeze the lemon over the whole thing. And I did, and it tasted amazing. It was the best avocado toast / tomatoey thing I've ever had in my life. It was so good, because I didn't know this, but there's a chemical reaction that happens whenever you put lemon onto tomato. It makes it taste totally different and not the normal tomato taste. And ever since then, I've been eating more tomatoes and just putting lemon on them. Like, boom, now I have more tomatoes in my diet. So that is what I'm trying to say here, is that sometimes we can retry things we thought we didn't like when given the opportunity, because maybe it's going to be different this time because there's a new variable involved, new people involved, it's a different situation, something like that. So that is a piece of advice that Spirit really wants you to run with, honestly. It would be very beneficial to you, not only personally, but professionally as well. Oh, okay. We also have stay mindful. What we know. Research shows that a simple mindfulness practice can increase serotonin levels. Even just 5 to 10 minutes a day can make a big difference over time. What to do? Pause where you are and just focus on whatever it is you're doing in that precise moment. You might be doing the dishes, showering, or even just breathing. So this is actually a form of meditation. So that's really cool that came out. Art attack. What we know, creating art in any form can reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, and trigger a release of feel-good dopamine. Not just found in galleries, art can also be writing, photography, or cooking. What to do? It's more about the process of creating rather than the final creation itself. So leave your critical eye at the door and just put the pen or pencil or crayon to paper. Even doodling while on the phone can give your brain a little boost. Ooh, I love that. Yeah, they want your creative juices to get flowing for you to really start getting involved in the present moment, enjoying the things that you do, trying new things, meditating, being in the moment, being in the now, doing things that you love. Yeah. I'm hearing that maybe you stopped doing art because you were good at it when you were younger, but then as you got older, you didn't have as much time to draw or paint or play an instrument or do whatever artistic skill that you have. And over time, you got a little rusty, and whenever you tried going back to it, you're like, whoa, I'm so bad at this now. And for you, it kind of took the pleasure out of it because you're frustrated with yourself about not being as good as you used to be. But Spirit is saying, forget about that. Try doing it again. And don't look at it as a competition with your younger self. Look at it as something to simply enjoy doing. And don't take yourself seriously. Because when you take yourself too seriously, that's when some of the fun gets sucked out in some cases. So just do it to do it. You don't have to be perfect at it. You don't have to be the same skill level you used to be. And it's just something fun for you to do and a way for you to express yourself. Well, it popped out right away. Number 14, ride the wave and flow. I ride the wave and flow. I let it all go and flow, flow, flow. Let it all go. We were talking about letting go of old ways of thinking earlier. That's wild. Okay, that's really cool. I ride the wave and flow. I let it all go and flow, flow, flow. I flow like the waves, the rivers, and the streams. I flow, flow, flow. I move with ease and grace, effortlessly through today. In the flow, I flow, flow, flow. I release all blocks and resistance. I release them all. And they flow, flow, flow. I am free. I am here. I am now. And this is talking about being present in the moment. Dang, Spirit really coming through right now. I am fully in my flow, allowing all to unfold exactly as is. I am in the flow, riding the wave of life into the bliss of my pure existence. Oh, that is so awesome. Yeah, release anything that is holding you back. Release fears, release expectations, releasing just anything that is blocking your flow is what I'm hearing. The time is now. Your time is now. Step forward into your light. Release resistance and fully surrender to your path. The time is now. Releasing. Oh, this is so cool. Spirit is so awesome. There is a big need to release things that are holding you back fears, worries, doubts, expectations of who you should be and what kind of life you should be living. There may be there's just a lot of stifling energy around you right now. And this could be from childhood, how you were raised, the people you grew up around, the economy you grew up in, the neighborhood you grew up in. But there is something that is stifling your energy, that is stifling you. And you're hanging on to this because it's something you're familiar with. You're used to it, and you think, oh, I've got my life figured out. This is just how it is. Even though you're not fully satisfied with it, which Spirit is saying, don't hold on to something if you're not satisfied with it, because there's so many amazing things out there for you that are way better, that you're going to have fun doing, that you're going to enjoy doing, and you will have a much better existence, a much better life once you let go of these things holding you back. Now we're going to go into some financial advice that Spirit has for you for your project. Oh my goodness. All right. Ooh, 44. Master number. Another 9 and 40. Okay, so we're going to read these from the handy dandy guidebook. Focus. Do not become distracted. Remember your master plan. Introducing new ideas is steering you off course. Doubt, boredom, and impatience have distracted you from what needs to be achieved. Revisit your master plan. Have you complicated things? Perhaps you've gone off on a tangent and lost your way. Strip it back and continue with your core intentions. Realign with your original inspiration and trust it will lead to success. Branching out into new paths of inquiry at this stage is detrimental to your mission. Build upon your success once your initial goals have been achieved. This reminds me of somebody going to college and they want to be, we'll just pick like a physicist or an astronaut, something like that. They go to college and they get their degree, and then when they graduate, they do an internship or start at a starting position in a job somewhere. And it's not what they wanted to be doing, but it was supposed to be a stepping stone into the career they actually wanted. But instead of it using it as a stepping stone, they just stayed there. And they never moved on to what they actually wanted to do, because maybe they got a really good pay offer or they got benefits or something like that. But even though that internship that turned into a job wasn't the job they dreamed about, wasn't the job they actually wanted, the pay was so good, the benefits were so good that they just stayed there. And at first, it was a good compensation, but over time, it's like they lost their spark and they stopped trying to achieve their dream job. And I think that happened to you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you started on a job that you're like, this is just going to be temporary, because after this, after I save up enough money or do these things, I'm going to apply for the job that I've always dreamed about, or I'm going to open my business I've always dreamed about. But then you never actually did those things. So Spirit is saying to get it together and remember what you originally wanted to do. Remember your dreams. Remember what you always longed to do growing up. Or even recently, within the last few years, what is the big dream that you just can't let go of, that you just hide in the back of your mind, and it's always there. You know it's there, but you've just ignored it and pushed it aside. And Spirit is saying to stop doing that. Stop pushing it aside. It's there for a reason. You desire these things because you're meant to have them in this life. So if you're afraid of losing your benefits or not making enough money, save up the money that you need. Take things step by step. So in order to achieve your project, to get it going, what do you need to do to make that happen? There might be 100, 1,000, or 5 things that you need to do to get started. But making a list and making steps on achieving those things on that list is very important. And the time is now to get started on it, because you've done enough waiting. You've done enough stalling is what I'm hearing. It's time for you to actually get going on what you need to do to achieve your dreams. 40, direction. You've been somewhat confused about what you should do and what path you should choose. People around you have been pressuring you to make a decision, but uncertainty has prevented you from doing so. Strong opinions have created unnecessary confusion and inner conflict. They need to back off and give you time to process your choices. Follow your heart. Follow your heart, pile 3. Don't worry about all of the outside influences, the external things, the people trying to pressure you into living a life they want you to live. Think about what you desire. Just sit down with yourself and do a meditation to calm yourself and your thoughts. And what is something that you've always wanted to do, or that you really want to do right now? And the first thing that pops into your mind, ask yourself, do I want to do this because of other people? Because of their expectations for me? Because of what society wants me to do? And then if that answer is a yes, then ask yourself again, what do you really want to do? What is your true desire? What really is the job you want for yourself, the life you want for yourself? Nothing is too outlandish. Nothing is too big of a dream. What is it that your heart truly desires? Follow your heart and do not be persuaded by the expectations of others. Constant external noise can make it hard to hear your inner navigational system. You will find clarity and direction by temporarily shifting your focus. Define your priorities and be guided by your inspired thoughts. Alrighty, and then we have the number 9, accumulate. You will soon be making a major purchase or investment which will help bring financial stability and a more flexible lifestyle. Your wise choices and sacrifices have enabled you to expand your assets, gain security, and get ahead. Personal wealth accumulation takes commitment. When you reach your final target and find yourself able to make a major purchase, you begin to see a physical reflection of your dedication. Savvy saving, wise investments, or lucky opportunities have helped your nest egg grow. It's time to nurture this investment to provide a better quality of life and start to accumulate further prosperity. I'm hearing that if this hasn't happened yet, you need to start saving up money for what you want to do. And if you have that money saved up, start doing research into how you can best use it to reach your dreams and goals. And mind you, money is not the answer to everything, but it can help. And start off small. So like if you need a camera for your project, I would not recommend buying the top of the line, newest camera that came out. I would research what exact camera you need that best suits your project and the steps you need to take, and then trying to find one at a bargain price. Being frugal with your money, but still investing in yourself and your project so that your money lasts longer. If you are retired or you are in school, like in college, and you get a monthly stipend for going to college or something like that, using your money wisely to meet all of your physical needs, but also saving some of that money and putting it towards your project would help you. I don't know if you can hear it, but it started raining, and I'm so happy because a few hours ago, I thought to myself, man, I wish it would rain. I love the rain. I really miss the rain. And then it rained. So yeah, I'm just so excited. So if you want anything, ask your spirit guides. Ask and you shall receive. That's a message coming through for you. Ask and you shall receive. So lastly, we're going to do some angel numbers for you before ending the reading. 4. I am stable. You bring stability and rationality to any situation. You are the rock, and your hard work and perseverance make you a dependable friend, partner, and colleague. Aww. It's a number 4 also. 4, 4, 4, 40. Lots of 4s coming out. So if you feel like you aren't responsible enough to go after your project, Spirit is saying to release that self-doubt right here, right now. Do a meditation, release this doubt, and start saying affirmations to yourself that give you confidence. Like, I am stable. I am responsible. I am responsible with my finances. I am responsible with the decisions that I make. Because these affirmations, they aren't the end all be all, and they're not going to perfectly solve every situation, but actively working through this blockage is very important, and that's what's coming through here. Because this is one of the things I'm hearing that is blocking you from going after your dreams, is thinking to yourself that you're not responsible enough to, you're not worthy, or you don't deserve it, or something like that. Because what's wild is that you are worthy, you are deserving, and you are ready to take on this project. Otherwise, you would not be in this reading. Spirit would have not led you to this reading, to this pile, if you were not deserving and ready to go after your dreams and to receive them into your life. So just know that Spirit loves you, and they really want you to live your dream life, and you deserve to live your dream life. As I was shuffling, I heard a message in my head. There is an exercise you can do with yourself. It is where you write down a fear that you have, or a self-doubt or something like that, and then you write out why it's not accurate, and then you write down an affirmation in its place. So for example, I am not responsible. Well, let's actually look at the facts. Do you pay your bills on time? Do you go to work whenever you need to go to work? Do you wake up and take a shower, or do you take care of yourself? Or like, list out why you are responsible and the reasons that you are responsible. And then also write down why you may have come to this conclusion. So was it somebody else that told me one time that I was an irresponsible person? Was it my parents that treated me like I was a child well past the age I should have been taking more responsibility? Was it because of this or that? Recognize where that thought came from, and then now, after going through everything, looking at the hard cold facts of, hey, I actually am pretty responsible, and I take care of myself, I take care of my apartment or whatever, I pay my rent, I do all these things, and then write down the affirmation of the fact that I am responsible. And if you need to do that exercise more than one time, do it. Do it until you feel confident in yourself and that you are responsible. And also start building trust with yourself. Start saying, okay, I'm gonna do these things that I say that I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna follow through with them. So that also builds rapport with yourself, it builds trust in yourself, and that you are a responsible person. So if you say you're gonna drink a bottle of water, drink a bottle of water. If you say that you're gonna go to the gym, go to the gym. Even if you don't fully work out, for an hour, just going to the gym and working out for 5 minutes, you still completed what you said you were gonna do. So saying you're gonna do something, telling yourself what you're gonna do, and then actually doing it, and consistently doing this over time is gonna build trust with yourself to where you can trust yourself with bigger things. Then we have 31. Your approach to life is an effective mix of both practicality and imagination. Your mind is stirring with creative ideas, and you have the organizational skills to manifest them to life. I am disciplined. That is so beautiful. Yeah, Spirit is telling you that you are ready. You can do this. You've got this, pile 3. 77. Dang, you're getting a lot of repeating numbers. Your spirit guides might try to communicate to you through repeating numbers. It is time to move on from the old patterns. No way, no way, no way this card came out. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, it is time to move on from the old patterns, habits, and fears. Now is the time to walk in the direction of your biggest desires and ambitions. Now is the time to be bold and brave. I am brave. Pile 3. If this is not the biggest confirmation ever, I don't know what is. Please, 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 please take action towards going after your dreams and goals. And don't be afraid to ask for spirit guides' help whenever you need it. They're here for you. They support you. They are wanting you to have an awesome, amazing life. And you can do it. Believing in yourself is one of the most important things right now. And if you need to go to therapy, talk to somebody, do what you need to do to be more confident in yourself. Do research. You know, what legal things do you need to know about in order to do your project? What tax laws do you need to know about? What do you need to know about for opening a business? How do you do that? You know, take accountability and responsibility. Take action towards your goals. Write down everything you need to know and start checking them off the list, because you can really do this. Like, you're so talented and amazing. You've been through so much. You have so much experience. So use that experience towards what you need to do. And don't be afraid to learn new things and to try new things. This is so crazy. This is really wild how the cards all were confirmation for each other. This is so beautiful. I am really blown away right now. So if this pile resonated with you, if these messages resonated with you, then first of all, I'm really happy that they did. And second of all, I hope they help you. I hope you really take Spirit's advice, but it's up to you in the very end. You don't have to listen to any of this if you don't want to. But Spirit is only wanting the best for you. I'm only wanting the best for you. So I hope that this video just sheds some light on some areas that need improvement or that need your attention, and so that you can really go after your dreams and do what you need to do to achieve your dream, to help your project succeed. But with that, this is your reading, Pile 3. I appreciate you guys being here, and thank you for letting me read for you. If you did get something out of this, please hit that like button and comment down below. Those two things really, really help this channel grow. And with that, I can't wait to see you in the next reading. Love you, fam. Bye.